Damn, damn.
Daniel! Back with the white vans, Daniel!
Back with the white vans and the echo.
And we're just gonna have this in the recording now.
Hell yeah.
It's time to go. We're late now.
Woo!
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Misty Mountain Mondays here on Misty Mountain Streaming. We are going to play some D&D, and we are missing people on the screen. If this sounds like I've said it before, it's because I have. Alright, well, we, myself and Erik, have been kept in an equal amount of suspense as with the rest of you. So before we do the introductions and the shoutouts and whatnot, ladies, can you come out, please?
Alright, are we doing this?
I'm including Steven in ladies.
Of course.
Alright, you want me to count down?
Sure.
5,
5, 4, 3.
2.
1?
Cool.
You guys were supposed to go on 3. Anyway.
No!
Oh.
Just
We are bad at counting.
ready, set, go. Come on.
Alright,
3, set, go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Come on, guys, let's go.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, Lord.
DJ live with such a straight face.
Welcome to the beard stream.
Damn. Well,
I
looking
had to
good,
know.
everyone.
Welcome to
That is
Misty
great.
Mountain Streaming, everybody.
Wow. Man, that is amazing.
It's me,
That is
the
amazing.
D&D wannabe.
Hey, is Rob here?
Okay. Well, the real
Yeah,
Rob,
the,
please
the
stand up.
girls are late on camera again. Why are they never here on time? They know
Damn
the
it!
stream
Why didn't
elements
everyone
is so
turn
hard
on
to
their
align.
cameras before the stream?
This is so difficult when they do this.
How dare
Guys.
you kill my boss with a fucking sheep?
At least you're here, Steven. That's really
Everyone's
nice.
too funny. My stream is ruined. I'm going to drink now. Thank you.
Whiskey is good.
Goddamn,
it's not
Jane.
whiskey, it's coffee.
That's hilarious.
Haha.
Hey, hold on. Check this
Yeah.
out. Right now, like here. Rob.
Yeah?
Eric. 2 for 1.
Yeah!
Amazing.
Oh well, I'll make it even easier. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I'm particularly delighted that KJ put on the Henley, and I almost wore green today.
I mean, it's hilarious.
Like, this is the manliest shirt I have, so I was like, okay,
So
I'll
much
wear it.
I
better than
have
what
a button, but
Oh,
it still
there it
goes
is.
down
You gotta
low.
take the
There
top
you go.
button off.
I
Yeah.
expected you guys to have like cosplays of your characters, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh wow, this is gonna be so good. This is more fun for me."
I know. I
God, that's
saw.
what you were
There's the
hoping
clip,
you
by the
thought.
way.
because I can.
Ty
get in
had
on
the
this. I can
post
get in on this
earlier.
without trying.
KJ was doing the cosplay makeup test earlier in the week.
Oh,
Are y'all gonna keep that on all stream?
this is
What do you mean? This is just how we are.
That's
Right.
I literally just fucking shaved the other day, okay?
You wouldn't
It's like
believe
you're
how
talking
fast
to
it
the
grows.
mirror. Rob, are you feeling okay? It's like you're
Gosh.
talking to a mirror. It's weird.
I know. Never have I been so attracted to everyone on this stream. It's
Oh, wow.
incredible.
There you go.
Except me.
Listen, I know Steven's really
Well, I was gonna
cute.
say, except me, 'cause I don't match right. I have the beard, but I don't have the brown beard and a little bit shorter, you know.
Damn. I love that Jane did not for a moment compromise the winged eyeliner.
Never.
The question is,
Not
Rob, why haven't you?
Jane.
Yeah,
done
well,
it yet?
exactly. The question is, Rob, when
Yeah.
are you putting on the eyeliner?
Exactly.
And
Rob, honestly, it's you who's making the whole continuation a little bit off here.
everyone wait. Everyone wait.
Here.
If you look at the girls, you can see the progression of Rob's hair throughout a stream.
And my beard
Nice.
since the start of this channel.
Yeah.
Starts with crash,
I think Jesus
and
is
it goes
the
all
last.
the way around, and it comes back down to Tyler.
I feel so attacked, yet
Oh,
flattered. And
oh, this
I
is nothing but love, my friend.
I
Nothing
sincerely
but
wonder why I don't pull it off better than them.
I don't know. Sometimes you're just born with that face.
Hang on.
Yeah, leave it to the cosplayers to
God
outdo your
damn.
own look.
I know.
Although my
hold
mom
on.
did ask while I was doing this, like, why didn't you do like a pink wig and a pink beard? Just go with that.
Everyone smile. My wife doesn't watch this, but she's gonna
Mm.
see this.
Your weight.
Is now the time to talk about the clip contest?
Oh, it's already been done. It's already done.
Oh, it has.
Welcome to the
Of
Of
beard
course,
stream.
because Daniel's back.
Oh,
Oh my
God,
God.
that's so good.
You know, I
Daniel,
was
you
going
already
to
won a
say,
shirt though. You have to. We have to get you to win.
I was going to say, guys, last time I got a little deep in my cups, and I want to, you know, I think the stream was fine and everything, but it was a little bit unprofessional, and I want to prevent myself from doing that. And then I met with this.
It is not possible.
It's gonna be a drunken beer stream. I just let you know.
Just see what Crash is drinking.
I see!
Yeah.
I'm from an actual rocks glass and everything.
Before
I
we
know,
get
my
to that,
stepdad put this
I
together
make-
for me. Also, I hate whiskey, so this is going really well.
just have to quickly make a family-friendly Twitch drink. You know, just something really,
Definitely not whiskey.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's
promise this is
drops.
just sweet tea.
This is disturbing. How much Kay looks like my younger brother right now.
Yes!
Good.
Oh my god.
Family, we're all from Alabama.
Oh, this
Go.
is
We're all
fantastic.
Franklins.
Thank
Why
you,
is it
over
the same
numerousness,
person
for the
5
resub.
times?
Subscribe.
Why is it the same? Don't ask me! I just work here.
Oh, that
Oh
is
my
great.
god.
Oh,
love
mercy.
it so
I am
much.
gonna go and grab my glasses so y'all can fucking tell me apart from the rest of the screen.
I was not in on this, and it's great.
That's why I laughed so hard when you were like, "I want to walk in with them," and I was like,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, even better.
Guys, thanks for tuning in to Misty Mountain Streaming this evening for episode 9 of the Rimehold Ritual. Why don't we go ahead and take this moment to introduce our players, starting with Rob.
one.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric.
Hi, guys.
Rob, you won.
I am Rob, also known as the D&D Wannabe. I run a lot of things on this Twitch channel, and you probably may also know me, if you're cool enough, from the other half of the Bardic Twinspiration podcast that I run with my brother Steve down there. So if you like what you're seeing, feel free to give us a follow, subscribe if you're feeling extra spicy, and who haven't I picked on in a while?
How about we go to
How
Rob?
about you,
We haven't
Rob?
done Rob in a bit.
Yeah, Rob, you're next.
Thank you for calling on me, Rob. I am also Rob, known as Rob, and also Rob. So
D&D
my
wannabe.
favorite things is when everybody turns their video cameras on time. I think that that's really important.
Mhm.
And it needs to be practiced more in this
Preach, Rob.
day and age.
Mm-hmm.
Get on that soapbox, man.
And in my future streams, I'm gonna make sure that nobody is ever fucking allowed to summon a sheep ever again.
Also, fuck Twilight Cleric.
Fuck Twilight.
They got it
Alright,
way too easy.
All right, now settle down, Rob. Settle down, Rob. We still.
Rob,
Look, I'm
Rob,
sorry.
why don't you introduce yourself, Rob?
Yeah, go for it,
But
Rob.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
actually,
Rob.
no. I'm sorry. That's Steve. Steve, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, here. Hi, I'm Rob. I'm D&D wannabe, and let's see, what haven't my fellow Robs touched on? Oh, Elden Ring and
Mm-hmm.
Elden Ring
Yeah.
and Elden Ring.
Yep. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate that. You know, it's always nice to hear someone, you know, tell it like it is. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps it
He's
up.
never
for
that
Rob.
polite to me on the podcast, by the way.
Ho.
Wow,
So
have
now,
all the Robs spoken?
well, I think that's pretty much wraps it up for the Robs, but we do have a special guest returning this week. So, Erik, welcome back to the channel, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me, Robs.
Erik!
All the Robs, I love it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I can't believe you've duplicated yourself in such a way. This is incredible. I really don't even know what to think. Like, hold on. This is actually something you could do now. You could be the DM and all the players.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep.
You can
I
make
never
a living
thought
on
of that
yourself.
before.
What
You know,
the
if there's
hell?
one thing that I really
I
like in
gotta
the
start
game,
using
it's
that.
DMPCs, and now I can be all of them.
Right. The Rob PC.
Man, Eric, you're such a great idea. I'll be sure to put
Really?
that in my game. That's amazing.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the Rimehold Ritual.
The Rob Old Ritual. That is the greatest. AJ
Rob,
kills it right
Rob,
now.
I know
Please,
you
right,
know
right
that that is
there.
going to be
That
the
is
title on the YouTube thumbnail now.
Welcome everyone to the Rob Hold Ritual.
All right, everyone, let's bring it in because we have to get back to my slowly dying campaign.
I'll be playing Rob Lord.
But remember, I've also written this, and it's going to be available for publication. When you buy it, you won't have to deal with all the Rob. You can actually have fun.
You can actually play it as other people.
All right.
I'll be your ghost of the Rob Lord.
Yeah, that's right. Blood Lord Rovahn.
Blood Lord
That's me.
Robin.
Blood
That's
Rob.
me. That's who I'll
Eric
be playing
Braa.
tonight. Exactly. I'm
Yeah,
thrilled
it's
to
a
be here.
Rob.
Thank you.
Rob.
We're all dying tonight.
Oh my God! Yes, sir. TPK is happening right now.
I'm literally crying behind
already
these
done it in his
glasses right
mind.
now.
He's already
just
done it in
get-
his mind. He's killed us
We just
all.
get some liquid courage.
All right. The next thing we should do is probably thank all the people who've subscribed since last week. So,
Including the person who just
so
did.
many.
get out.
This
And I
is
think
Exactly.
it's because
Thank you
they
very
know
much,
that we're
over
gonna break-
numerousness, for
We're
subscribing.
gonna break the internet with this many glittery beards.
oh yes, now we now
not a
the
bad
piper has come
idea.
to be paid. April 29th.
Robception.
Robception.
Well, you bunch of knuckleheads. I did have a lot of announcements today.
Well, then you better get
And now
on, buddy.
Rob will be going really fast.
The first
Micro
thing,
machines.
the first things are far more important than anything that we're doing on the stream tonight, even with all of this happening. First of all, last week I became an uncle for the 4th time. Mine and Steve's younger brother, Adam, had his... Yeah, it checks out. Had his firstborn son. And he is home, he is healthy, he is named Ethan, and we are very delighted to have him in the family. Congratulations to my youngest brother and his lovely wife for coming back home, and we're glad to have y'all back from the hospital. I know that wasn't fun, and thank you guys for everything that you do, and congratulations on becoming parents. Second thing is, there is a man who has not been on this stream before, but is the guy kind of making all of this possible. He is my boss, the guy who is over Misty Mountain Gaming, and it is his birthday today. And
Meow, meow, meow.
Yay! Happy birthday, John!
he is having a last-minute birthday party right now. And
Yay!
I'm out here doing the work and not attending. But I'm going to show him this later, and he will love it, and this will be a great friggin' present for him. That could not have been better planned. But
Happy birthday, John.
yeah, happy birthday to John.
Happy birthday!
You're the man. Sorry you're getting older. We're right there with you, and thank you for being the great boss that you are.
The alternative of getting older would be worse, so let's not apologize for that.
You're only getting handsomer, my guy.
He did. We posted a pretty studly picture of him on Twitter today.
Yeah.
Looking hella good. And just because they're not here to represent themselves, normally on Monday nights we are joined by Crash Candy Cosplay, who is an incredible illustrator and cosplayer who made all of this overlay that you are looking at right now, which we don't talk about all that often. We are usually joined by Tyler, Cheesecake Panda Cosplay, who is an incredible cosplayer and makeup SFX artist, who you will be seeing in the mid-roll tonight doing a cosplay transition that was funded by Wizards of the Coast to support their new Call of the Netherdeep book.
So
I'm not going to get a break tonight. I'm going to have to stay and watch that.
It's brief compared to the
Right.
length of time that we normally take our breaks. So Jane's "We Will Be Right Back" screen will be making a return. But you will get to see that, and it's really cool. And of course, we also normally have KJ on the stream with us, who is an incredible cosplayer and builder. And of course, Erik, you have a Kickstarter starting tonight or tomorrow or sometime in the very near future that we wanted to make sure we talk about
tonight. I think it's like midnight tonight. I'm not even positive, to be honest with you. It's up to the author. I'm doing an audiobook with the author Todd Allen. It's called Student Loans Paid in Blood, and if you sign up for this, you'll also get the second book, which is called The Cursed Apps. So, and they're really fun. They go from anywhere from Looney Tunes to deadly serious. So they're super fun. They're little mini stories. In each book, there's one character that makes the pass through all of them, and his name is Mr. Lewis, and he is the main physics consultant. Anyway, yes, if you check out hardboiledmagic.com right now, it'll send you to a little thing. You can put your email in, and they'll let you know when it kicks off, which I think is tonight. Honestly, I really.
Just so you can have it for reference sake, I've got it in the Twitch chat right now. And if you need reminding, you can type !kick Erik, and Erik's Kickstarter will appear.
Well, kick me.
And if I remember, that one of the things that this Kickstarter is going to fund is your participation in the project. So you will directly benefit from anyone going to support that.
I recorded, most of it already. So this is just me hoping to get paid. Yeah. I'm kidding. It's not even that. It's really about Todd and his book, and it's great, and it's a lot of fun. And I really think his writing is slimmed down enough to where it's like there's almost like a brevity factor because they're really short, but the characters and the fun and the references are really great.
Awesome. And Steve, who is actually on the stream, one of the few returning cast members from before, Bardic to Inspiration just released its first guest quest with the Godfather. Do you want to talk about that at all?
It's an episode of Bardic to Inspiration where you don't have to put up with me. For those of you who are still listening and haven't just shut off the channel, go and check it out, because we have been talking for a long time about how our interest in the hobby was sparked thanks to our relationship with a certain relative who we have previously referred to as the Godfather. We finally got the Godfather to sit down and talk to Rob about how to properly use party NPCs. And it was a really good, beneficial conversation. So any DMs out there will absolutely benefit from this episode. So go and give it a listen. Don't worry, I'm still in the intro and I'm still in the outro. So it is not completely devoid of my influence.
If you want to hear Steve doing a terrible really Italian accent,
Godfather impression.
Yep.
Go check out this episode.
And the link to the podcast is in the Twitch chat for us now.
Hey, girls. You remember how when we first started talking about this party concept, we were like, oops, all drow?
It's all Rob.
It's all Rob. Putting this in the Discord to be like, hey guys, come watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Tag Sophie.
What would it take to get Sophie to tune in on Monday nights?
Listening to the feet one, Robin. We were really proud of the feet episode in general. I'm glad you're listening to that.
Yes, I wrote that intro. It was my favorite one.
It's also your wife's favorite, and she's been in one. Real quick, Femto 113, Bruh, it's Holly and Oliver V. Thank you guys for the follows. Erik, thank you for the gifted sub. Over Numerousness, thank you for the gifted sub. We did reach our subscriber goal last week. I will be doing cosplay FX makeup. Probably not quite on par with what you're seeing on the screen right now, because it will be my first try. But it will be hilarious, because it will be bad. And we're doing that April 29th. Thank you guys so much for showing support to the channel. Your reward is coming right after Sophie and I get back from Planet Comic-Con.
I just saw my friend say, what is going on?
Yuki, I don't know.
Plan this. We're all Rob. I actually did glue facial hair onto my face. This is a lace beard.
Just wildly unfortunate.
If you stayed at the end, you can watch me rip it off.
Ooh.
Yikes.
You can't. I will not make the same offer.
Nor will I.
Quick, someone, Amazon Prime some wax strips. No.
And if Luca dies, she'll do it off screen.
So if Luca dies, I'm gonna show up in your room tonight at midnight and just be there, just
It's still in that attire. That would terrify
Crawling
me.
across the
that
would
pillow,
dark
covering
your
your head
chest
like
there.
a spider.
Yes.
Ugh.
I'll be like the spider.
Peter.
Everybody missed the story on the stream because it was when we were trying to fix volumes.
Ugh.
But I had a spider
Hate
crawl over my pillow onto my chest last night while I was in bed. So like that'll be me. Is I'll just like I'll crawl out like a decrepit little spider. Anyway, let me get
Reboot
into
on Rob at
character
midnight.
because
Yeah.
I'm dying. So let me get into character.
It's a full moon, so we're all robbed, but at midnight we turn back. That's how.
Yeah.
It
I feel so attacked.
Good night. We all turn back.
We're getting into character. Hold on.
Yep. Now wait. Try to. You need to emphasize the defeat.
Well, if we're getting into character, I gotta do this.
Guys, can we bring
she's floating by
bring
her
it
butt
back
right
in
now.
here?
Guys, let's bring it in. Let's
Guys,
bring it in.
come on.
It's 7:25.
Is this what you all think of me?
Bring it in.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
I gotta say, I don't know if it's just the way that my screen in front of me is laid out, but I keep being drawn down to KJ's face, and genuinely, I don't know how close the resemblance is to me personally, but you genuinely look like you could be related to me with that beard on.
It's the shirt, dog. Every time,
Yes!
like the angle of your camera, and that moment where you just kind of went like, I was like, you just look like some guy that I know, and it's cracking me up. Although,
Tyler is like Rob during his hipster study abroad year.
the first
Which I
picture
never
that I
had.
saw that Ty showed us, I like
Let me
about
pull it up.
spit.
It's
I was
the Rob
laughing
we could have
so
had.
hard.
Let me pull it up for
Oh,
everybody
God.
to enjoy.
So good.
I will say this once, and
Yes.
perhaps never again. I am so thrilled that you all have gone through this effort just to give me shit.
Hey guys, wait. Can I
I
show?
look like Tony Stark.
Can I show? Should I
Yep.
show the video? Should I show the video?
It's only an honor, my friend.
Let me
You know
show.
what? No, KJ, put your video in the Discord, and I'll put mine too, and then people can go to the Discord and watch.
Yeah, here I'll
Here,
I'll,
I'll do mine
do
too.
that.
I'll punch the
Do that.
Discord. Is this just makeup tutorial or is this impersonations? God damn
No,
it!
it's KJ.
I don't know.
KJ singing.
I don't know.
It's like a Jim Jab.
I love-
Should I just throw
I
it in
know,
the chat?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here.
just put it out there for everybody to see.
This looks like good job for Rob. So
Everybody has dancing videos. That is the greatest.
Here we
Rob?
go. Here's one more, and there is music.
Amazing.
What a good song
okay,
choice.
Rob, we demand your video response.
just to recreate them or to
No,
I'll have to find jean shorts.
Yeah, if you don't duet this on TikTok,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so pissed.
It's a Rob off.
It's a
Like on
rob.
Zoolander. It's a Rob off.
This is
Where is
wait,
Billy
no, see,
Zane?
You need
This
to
is a robbery.
yes. You need to defend your Robness and see if you can stand up to the girl's Robness.
Oh my god! This is top tier.
You can't let them out rob you.
Oh my god.
Party like a Rob star.
How am
Oh,
I
The
supposed
chat
to
is in on it.
run this game? I don't know.
Anthony Rob known.
We really chose like the wrong night to do this,
Into
considering
the
my
rob.
character's laying unconscious in a dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we get back to that? Which Rob would like to do the recap since Rob always does it?
Me today, Rob. How about you pick another Rob?
I'll
got
do it.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Go on, Rob.
Optimus Rob, do it.
Optimus.
Optimus Rob.
So,
Robtimus Prime.
picking up in the Bloodlord Rovahnn's keep, Druna, Luca, Dame, and Doc, all after seeing the grisly body of the old woman that they had talked to earlier, just sprawled out on the floor, decided that they were going to move on and continue exploring. During this time, which Doc fell through the floor into a crypt, discovering the spirit of Bloodlord Rovahn. And from there, possessing the body of Dame, they decided to go along and explore the remaining rooms of the keep. Through solving a few of my own written riddles, so you can't find the answers to those, they solved puzzles to find some magic items that once belonged to Rovahn, and he seemed to have a very big draw toward the spear, which was a small point of tension. However, after this, they decided to go back and try to find the shield boss that they had originally found in the room with all of the ghosts. Druna, deciding she would take charge in the situation, and with Sean still summoned, turned into a rat and had Sean nat 20 throw her across the hold. And from the damage, she turned back into a human state. Then, Luca decided to help by teleporting over to her, and from there was going to try to fly her back. However, like this party does, didn't roll very well, and Luca ended up falling through the floor, seeing a very malnourished woman who seemed to be chained down there, and after pleading with him to help her escape, revealed herself as one of the Wither Sisters, the very women the party were trying to find. And after delivering a very fierce blow to Luca, rendered him unconscious, and because of that, concentration on the spell keeping Druna afloat vanished, leading to Druna descending down into the hole as well, leaving both Dame and Doc to struggle up top to find a way to get them back.
Yep.
And that is where we're picking up tonight.
Alright.
Well done.
You are consistent, Rob.
Yeah.
You are very consistent.
I really try.
I'm flattered that people are paying this much attention, not just to my game, but to my fucking mannerisms and
I
verbal
would like
tics.
to draw attention. I would like to draw attention to the fact that someone from chat, that dude Daniel, dedicated weekly viewer, is also in on the Rob cosplay.
What?
And is posting his pictures in the Discord.
I can't click away. Wait on, I got a phone. I can't click away or it'll break the stream. Where did I put my phone? Here we go.
All right, let's go ahead and start the stream off by healing Luca 5 points, just because this is because you're Rob. You're the DM. You can do what you want.
That is good, Dan.
You know what? I think I'll allow it.
We got us in the background too. Oh, what the hell? Awesome. Let me real quick say, last week we always have a clip contest on Monday nights. The best clip that we select from the ones that you guys make will be recognized on social media. Last week we had no clips. What the hell, guys? But we've already got clips from this week, so it is time to clip more and to try and win yourself some adulation on the stream. Also, as you guys can see, I'm kind of up against it tonight. So if you've been saving up those channel points,
Oh my god.
DM accomplice.
Always turns
So necessary. I've already got 2, and believe me, I'm not leaving tonight with them.
Don't forget,
I'm
guys,
emptying the fucking tank.
the
Don't
DM's
forget.
accomplice can be used
Give me a
only by a Rob.
It's true.
So yeah, bring them on in, guys.
No non-Robs.
Come on, spend those channel points.
They use the DM's accomplice.
Know you're saving them for something.
I'm Rob, and I am reinstating the lighten the mood and darken the mood channel points.
Hey,
Yeah.
Because,
So that
specifically
Jane and
because
KJ.
Janie and KJ aren't here to go crazy with them.
Exactly.
So I can trust everyone else here.
I concur, Rob. I concur.
Let me just make sure those are turned on so people can go ahead and be buying those for me. For the Dungeon Master. For the DM's accomplice, not for the
they are
player
not currently
Rob's
turned on.
accomplice.
not
Yep,
currently turned.
fixing it now.
I have
He's-
18.6k points that I could use for our players if I really need
He's
to.
not
I wanna
going to
be
turn
generous
on, give the
with my
players
time.
inspiration. He's only going to turn on the DM's accomplice.
This is a
We
bad
ain't-
idea, guys.
Eric,
We ain't got to talk about it. We ain't got to talk about it.
We've just been piling on Rob and milking this gag. How you doing, Eric?
Hey, yeah, how's the famous
Hey,
voice
I'm
actor
already
from
dead.
League
I
of
don't have
Legends
anything to
doing
worry
over
about.
here in that window?
Yeah, sorry.
Voice actor from the
We're
Call
waiting for the
Map,
Star
from
Talent.
League of Legends, from GTA, from your dreams, and
From the
hopefully
Call
tonight
Map.
your nightmares.
That's right. Let's put you to sleep.
Rob,
Don't
it sounds
fight
like
it.
you could use the Calm app.
This might be the worst D&D stream ever, because he's trying to put us to sleep.
That's really good, though. That's really good.
All right. Well, as Rob said a moment ago, let's bring it in and play some D&D. So, the question that Steve was repeatedly putting in the Discord before we went live was, what do we have the chance to do before what has already happened happens? So,
my.
we're going to rewind a few seconds and not metagame, and know that everyone on top, which is for the purpose of this only including the possessed Dame and Doc. I'm hearing echo from your mic, Steve.
There we go. That should do it.
Thanks, Steve.
Yes, it appears to. What, Jane?
Oh, I was just saying thanks, Steve.
Ah, appreciate you. Love it when I've got my own back.
Brother.
Doc and Dame
Brother.
and Rovahn. See, you guys were tying some rope together. You were fashioning it to an arrow. You were going to span this room. You are in the midst of doing that. And we'll say Doc, with the higher passive perception, happens to look over his shoulder quickly and see Luca sprinting across the room, and just the floor leaves and just running for a moment and slowly getting lower.
Oh, I love the coyote.
Yes. Descending to the floor below.
Uh-oh.
Druna, flying gently back, pauses for a moment to see what might have happened, as though she were about to give some report, and then plummets herself. You guys are watching this happen. You have a few seconds. What action, let's say 2 actions, would each of you like to take before we are in initiative?
I can't do anything. I'm out. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where is Dame again?
Dame and Doc are standing at the doorway, basically, of what was once your great hall. The room that we keep coming back to that has the very unstable floor.
Right.
On the other side of the room, Druna, was it? I think Luca has the shield. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Druna and Luca had gone across the room to get the shield from the boss of the stone statue shield that had been containing it, and in their return have plummeted, perhaps to their demise.
Yeah.
So-
Right, that's what she meant me.
How far away did I see Luna drop? I'm assuming it's a pretty fair distance. I don't know how far he made it before he went down, but I assume it's a bit.
40 feet.
40 feet. Okay, so if he made it 40 feet into the 80 foot long room?
Yeah.
So I got to clear about half of it. So
Well,
I think I'm going
if you want to go to fall exactly where he fell.
Well, I think we established I can't see.
Dame, your eyes are like, I don't know, it's like a little pinpricky feel, and you can see really far.
Ooh.
Like the other side of the room, clearly.
Ah.
Ooh.
Oh,
Look with your special eyes.
While I was planning for this,
There's
I
like a
forgot that
slight
everything
shimmer when you guys look at her eyes.
I forgot that everything that
Ooh.
I have to do in this game is now a negotiation.
Yeah.
I would like to try to save my. I guess if I'm talking to Rovahn, we need to save him. We need to save my don't want to say servant, but I think Rovahn would respect someone trying to save their underling.
Your ward.
Squire or so.
I'm not sure I agree with that, but either
No,
way,
no.
as long as we kill the sisters.
Now, Rob, I could not have heard the hag saying her stuff. I'm too far away, correct?
As soon as she delivers the line that she says in a loud voice, we will be in initiative. So,
right.
Yeah, she
Okay.
was speaking in a hoarse, raspy, haven't been fed or gotten anything to drink in the past week voice.
I know it's her. Turn on your rage. Use every bit of hatred
Suddenly,
against
my
her.
class level in barbarian kicks in.
He's lying.
Okay.
He doesn't have that.
Dame is
doesn't.
going to, unless prevented, Dame is going to sprint across the room.
Brilliant. So,
I will. I don't know. Doc is holding a big rope in his hand, right?
Intestines.
Yes.
Like the braided entrails or something like that.
Entrails and the hemp ropes that we had.
Yeah. Do I grab the entrails? Yeah, sure. I'll grab the entrails in one hand, so I have some sort of anchor, and I just start sprinting across the room.
Then, in
Gotta save the
response, Doc is going to take the other end and attempt to knot it around the base spire of the fountain.
okay. We are going to have to see if Dame gets into trouble before you reach the fountain and manage to tie a knot.
Okay.
So, I believe it's been a stealth check to step lightly, or an investigation intelligence check to not pick the wrong stones to run across. And frankly, two people have crashed through this floor already. Let's say it's probably I'm gonna bump the DC up a little bit because it is getting less and less stable all the time.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't know if I would be careful where to step or just try to clear as much distance before I fell through something.
Right, you know you're gonna fall, so you might as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Like you're on a game of Wipeout.
I'll roll like investigation or just something to try not to make it my first couple steps, because I think that's going to be better than my stealth for sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I'm going to spend inspiration and guidance for this.
Are those the brand new Misty Mountain dice?
I do have brand new Misty Mountain dice. My camera is kind of crap, but one of my favorite movies of all time is Zoolander. So many people just lost respect for me, but I've got blue steel dice.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm rolling them alongside my cleric's domain
Ooh.
aqua dice.
Wait, which ones are those, Eric?
This
Those
is
are
the
the
Frostbite
glass.
Prism glass
Ooh,
dice.
those are pretty.
I think I'm
And
probably
I'm
going to
gonna-
be ending the campaign with my Eye of the Tiger here.
Yeah,
So.
not Misty Mountain, so a little bit blasphemous. But Crown and Bow dice made me an absinthe D20, and I don't know if you can
Nice.
see it, but there's a tiny little Lushing spoon and sugar cube in there.
You have
She
that.
is wicked talented.
Do you have that in the Dice Show and Tell on the Discord already?
Yes, that was before it was inked. She just inked it in gold and sent it over, and I literally want to eat this so that I can just have it with me at all times. But then I can't see it. So you see the magpie dilemma here.
That is cool.
Keep it in nest or keep it in tummy.
Robin Taylor, you beautiful bitch. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Love it. That
I
takes me...
cannot wait to use that.
Oh. That's not 3, that's 4. I was looking at an old page. So I got 4. Who wants to make it a nice round 5 for me? We'll keep playing here, we'll see.
5 is not a round number, Rob.
Guys,
The bottom of it's
Misty
kind of
Mountain
round.
Gaming does not like me nearly as much as I like them.
Guys, we're so off track here. We need to reel it back in a little bit, okay?
Here, let me just, because we're getting frustrated, let me just...
We're just getting a lot of the sillies out already.
Jane, when are you going to run on this platform so I can be your player?
Oh my god, that would be so funny.
Because I owe you some shit. What you got there?
Misty Mountain Gaming does not like me as much as I like them. I rolled with inspiration and guidance for a total of 6.
Oh my
What?
god.
2 4s.
So
And a 2.
I'm going to perhaps delight you and perhaps disappoint you. Luca has moved from the point where he initially fell. He crossed the room a little bit to the woman. So you're actually going to be technically closer where you actually fall than where you wanted to be. Unfortunately, you are not going to be falling with grace and aplomb because that was kind of crummy. I did allow...
One thing I was going to mention, but after I did a decent roll, was that I wanted to produce my whip in case I had to do an Indiana Jones thing.
Oh.
Nice.
God, that's hot.
There's not much for you to snap onto around here.
Okay, fair enough. If
You're not in the middle of the room.
I would not have done so.
Yeah.
I figure, if I fall through the floor, I can whip up and
whip it around the hag's neck.
What are you gonna grab, Doc?
Yeah, full Balrog at the
Weighs
middle
like
of the Fellowship of
80
the Ring.
pounds.
By the way, thank you, Planet Moonstars, for the follow. Welcome to the party. And what a party it is tonight. Go ahead and throw your acrobatics check. Let's see if you're taking full damage from this fall or not quite.
New dice do better than a 4, but my first roll with this dice, by the way, was a 1. Let's see.
So we're getting better all the time.
My new dice were both good.
Acrobatics, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Do I get to help him?
With this, we have to rely upon Dame's physical responses. I'm happy for either of you to be rolling. Are you?
I should let Eric roll again. We did much better the night that Eric.
Yeah,
well, I was just
maybe
really.
you're a little
I just
cursed
rolled an
for the
18.
time being.
There we go.
I don't know. I'm looking for the pluses.
Oh, okay, I have a -1.
Okay, so then it's a 17.
That will be great. So, other good news is this place is kind of becoming a bed of rubble from all the different people that have fallen through it. So you don't have nearly as far to fall, and you're kind of falling into dust and gravel as opposed to the cold ground. So that is
I like you.
6 points of damage.
How much?
6 points of bludgeoning damage as you smack
Could
the
have been
floor.
worse.
Doc, unfortunately, Dame shit the bed and fell pretty much instantly. And you start to make your way to the fountain. You start to get up on the rim of it and start to throw a rope around, and you hear the crumble behind you.
Then I am going to continue tying the rope as firmly as I can around the spire of the fountain, and I will run back to the closest hole to the front of the room, and I would like to spelunking style start to descend through it with the rope.
Okay. Are you trying to do this like an Australian rappel, or are you just trying to, in gym class, lower yourself?
Definitely a gym class.
Okay. If you're a...
This is about practicality. Dame is more about the showmanship.
There we go. Okay. If you are trying to do this at a tempered pace and make sure that you do everything well, you have no reason to roll.
Okay.
You will be climbing down that rope as we roll initiative. You will be...
Can I finish my action? Or is that my whole action?
First one, I think, was tying the rope, and then you start to go down. Sure, you can do again.
Okay, Oh, is this an action or a bonus action? Either way, I wanted to do, no action! Channel Divinity.
Okay.
And I wanted to do my Twilight Sanctuary.
All right.
So it starts emanating a dim purple light with a sphere that emanates from me, and it lasts for a minute, and it is a 30-foot radius, so I'm hoping that it can reach all the gang, and you guys can start gaining back some freaking hit points.
That would be nice.
Let
Yeah.
me...
I don't normally make cave house call.
See, channel divinity for that. Stream is with you till you incapacitate or die whenever a creature. Yep. Grant the creature one of these benefits. Cool. All right, so this is temporary hit points.
Yes.
All right, so it is not going to pick someone up from unconscious, but it will.
It would until it went away, right?
A temp HP don't work that way.
Mm-mm.
But it'll
Oh,
give
okay.
a nice buffer to anyone who's going in to deal with a hag.
And you guys are not lacking options for how to pick Luca up.
Okay.
And this will prevent him going down as quickly a second time.
Okay, cool.
I'm reasonably... You know what? Why am I doing this right now? Somebody in chat look up temporary hit points. Steve and I both agree on this, so I feel like we're pretty right, but someone can hit me with a link if I'm wrong.
I don't know. Rob, how do you feel about it?
Taking a sip of whiskey, I feel better about it all the time. I know you probably weren't talking to me.
I mean, as the unconscious Rob right now, I'm okay to allow that they don't do anything while I'm unconscious. So I'll agree with fellow Rob and Steven. So whiskey.
I like
Hello,
how, despite
Rob.
my inadvertent Rob cosplay, I'm still Steven.
Again, that's why I laughed so hard when you said I want to walk on with you guys.
Let's roll initiative, shall we?
Whee!
Eric.
Oh, brother!
You want me to roll it?
Yes, roll it.
Ha! A friggin' crit.
Anyone?
Whoa!
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 -1.
here.
We have a 19.
I gotta
We have a
do my
19.
first roll with the absinthe.
I got a
Come
9.
on, crown and bow.
19
you
for
At the
Dame.
last second. It's okay.
9 for Druna.
I'm so thrilled to be here with all these Robs.
And
I'll
18.
switch
honor.
over whiskey.
Good
This is
company.
even my final Rob.
I got an 8.
An 8. Okay, 8 for Doc. And we
Ooh, whiskey
still
for
do
Rob.
need initiative for Luca.
Oh.
12?
Mhm.
All right. Top of the round, beating the Wither Sister by a single point, is going to be Rovahn piloting Dame's body.
Woo!
So you are extricating yourself from inside and underneath some rubble, standing up. It's not going to cost any of your movement. You were kind of finishing that up from last time. You look around. Druna is picking herself up relatively close to you from taking a bunch of damage herself. And about 20 feet away, to your right, you see one of the sisters. You recognize, Rovahn, this as Ola. Ola is the youngest sister, Sister Ola Lickgristle.
Ooh. Ooh.
Go ahead
Yes.
and roll. Just throw me a d20, add intelligence to it. See what you remember about her before your imprisonment.
Well, that was not a good roll. I don't know anything.
Okay.
That's going to be like a 5.
You remember, given the parameters by which you judge people to be capable and intimidating, that she should be, by your standards, the least threatening.
Least threatening,
but
but has done the
why
thing I
and-
want to get rid of.
Yeah, and what else she's got going on, you don't perfectly recall. But you do know which, and if you reference the Discord messages from long ago, you know which curse she put upon you.
Indeed.
Uh,
Her. We need to stop her.
And
And
for
then
the rest
I
of
will-
set dressing, by the way, about
sorry.
equidistant to the left is the Well of Souls that we have described. The rift in the floor of this place that leads down to Disney's Hercules' version of Hades.
Don't go near the well.
And when Dame looks up, last I checked, Luca is being held aloft by the throat, having inflict wounds cast into him.
Yeah, you see, black spidery veins clawing up into Luca's face and down from his neck, and he is dangling quite limply.
Your first words were, "You see black." That is categorically untrue. Dame sees red and says,
Ooh.
"She's all yours." And I relinquish full control.
Oh.
Hell yeah, brother!
The sister needs to cast, roll a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, what are we doing?
We are going to try to King's Command her to make her stop movement. I can't really stop her from choking people, but I can do that.
Yeah. The you
Then
don't
I
get
will
to
move
run away
there.
thing.
Then I will move at her in Dame's beautiful body and attack with whatever melee weapon. It doesn't matter because it's my touch of scorn.
We got
Okay.
a spear, actually. So there's that.
What's
That's
that?
right, you guys do have the spear.
You said whatever melee weapon. We got a spear.
Oh, that's right. Oh, wait, that probably has properties that I don't.
You have the Rovahnn's old spear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you reach for it.
I'm sorry, I just rolled another crit.
You reach.
Oh my god.
Hey, Rovahn, we have this thing called Divine Smite that you can just do whatever.
You can just sprinkle that in for flavor.
So I
Oh my
Hey, just to
God.
tell you what kind of a wavelength
Okay.
Eric and I are on, I was also going to cast Command on my first turn.
let me get a word in edgewise real quick.
Yes, I'm sorry. We still didn't get her whether or not she saved.
Two things. Well, three things. First, she saved. I rolled a 19 because Misty Mountain dice like me. Second thing, Rovahn, while possessing, you cannot use your ghostly attack unless you jump out.
Oh, so I have to use Dame's normal. Okay.
Yes, you can either use everything that she's got going on, or you can use your stuff.
No. Actually, I think Steven, please handle the max damage you can do on a crit here.
Third thing
Oh.
is you cannot touch that spear because of one of your other curses, even when it is in Dame's hand.
So it has to be Warhammer then.
So it has to be a Warhammer. But let's keep the crit, and you're in a sight of a paladin who can do way more dice of damage than your withering touch.
No, please. That's where I turn it over
Yeah.
to Steven, because I'm like, I don't. I mean, I have the sheet, but every time I'm like, oh, wait, hold on.
Hey, welcome,
I've been
Sam.
waiting.
Yes, loving all the bearded men.
I've been waiting to get a crit for a while.
I mean, hell hath no fury like a mother scorn. So
That's it.
she's in for it.
Nice one on the crit, though. This is
Where
going to
the
be great.
shit is Divine
Very
This is
nice.
gonna be great.
I cannot wait to see this.
Can you
near
believe this
triple
crit?
digit.
I need another D8. Hold on.
Ah,
When
My
Dame hits so
favorite.
hard, I'm like, yes.
Where's
Oh,
that
okay, so
comic
this is-
panel of
I don't know what that
Skeletor?
was.
2d10
like,
plus
yes,
3d8.
yes.
Let's see if let's see how much the Misty Mountain Dice really hate me.
So no shield right now, then, yeah?
No.
Okay.
No shit.
Shields? Who needs shields?
It's Rovahn.
I don't care for shields. That's why I left mine in that statue.
Okay, only one of them is below medium, and two of them are max.
Well, Dane actually did it.
So 11, 19, 29, 31
31.
on the first attack.
Very nice. All
That'll
right.
do it.
It's a 12 plus.
Plus 6.
So yeah, so 18 to hit.
18 just hits.
Fantastic. Then hit him up, Steve. Oh God.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh god!
I think we're gonna go ahead and do a level 1 Divine Smite too.
All right.
I love how I'm
Okay.
rolling D20 and
The
he's
smite
rolling
affects fiends and undead, especially, correct?
Yeah, it does extra to them.
Okay. I mean, this is neither, but I remember some paladin things lump Fey in, and this would be Fey. But it's not smite, I don't think.
I don't think any of my things do, unfortunately.
Okay.
Oh, we maxed another one.
Yes, we...
Okay, that's another 17.
Meow, 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 meow.
You did roll... You did crit the Divine Smite, right?
I did not crit the Divine Smite.
Irish Mac pointed that out.
Oh, thank you, Irish Mac. I never crit, so I'm not used to it.
Dude. If
All right,
you
so we got
one-shot
31.
this woman...
We got 17, and we've got
Oh, I don't think there's any one-shotting the hag.
another max.
Is this gonna be one of those things where you
It's
cross out
just
the
D20s that don't
HP?
like me, guys.
Is this gonna be those things where you cross out the HP and then you add a 1 and
Yeah.
That
All right,
one of the
full
things
round.
that DM's accomplice can give me is a mythic phase.
I gotta know how much damage
Alright.
this was.
Full round, 61 damage.
61.
Holy shit!
Very well
Kidding
done. All right.
He
let-
would've
Probably
Well
the most
together.
damage Steve has ever done. Thank you, Erik Braa. Thank
We
you,
work
everyone.
well
rock
together.
solid
Not the
Dame, you
D20.
woman!
Through the D20s.
Very nice.
Dame almost seems
Amazing.
more Dame than ever.
Oh my god.
James living her best life.
We just removed all of her inhibitions.
Basically,
yes.
that's
This
how I'm
is
thinking
girls'
of
night,
this.
baby.
You know
She
how
tore
they all
off the
talk
bra
about
and
Dame
said,
being
"Fuck it."
bloodthirsty? No. You put someone in her who makes her actually bloodthirsty, and then you try to kill her kid. 61
Hell
damage,
hath
Rob.
no fury.
Very well done.
Holy shit.
All right. Is that all for your turns?
Yeah, that was the bonus in the 2 attacks. Yep.
Perfect.
God.
I'm really glad
And movement was to get there. Sorry.
Yes, of course. It is now Ola's turn, which is great because Dame falls down unceremoniously, bumps her ass down on the floor
I
below,
fall down, but I get up again.
She was
You're
twerking.
never going to keep me down.
runs up, scrabbling from the floor, dragging her warhammer or maul warhammer behind her, and just brings up swift uppercut into the jaw of Ola Lickgristle, and once it is in the air, just brings it right back down on top of the skull. You hear a crunch and a crack. The jaw just dislocates and is hanging kind of limp. And you see a abnormally long tongue just trying to find something to do with itself with no real home. It's worse when you do that, Tyler, in something that resembles my face.
Little, ugh,
Huff. What? For what?
got hair in my mouth.
Is your beard coming
I
out?
imagine Dame doesn't look like totally unlike a Reinhardt hammer charge.
Is that Carl Urban in KJ's spot there?
For me?
Oscar Isaac, huge fan.
She responds to all this stinking damage
I left you with the boys, man.
If you make her run.
by
Oh,
dropping Luca and vanishing from sight.
Vanishing from
what a coward.
How would you feel after you took 61 points of damage?
I don't know, if it was from a buff hot woman, I'd be pretty down.
I suppose it
But
matters
I guess
where you
we're
take
different
it.
people.
Baby.
I guess
Make
we
me
see
harder,
things
mommy.
differently.
Whatever.
And you
Everyone has their
hear,
own thing they enjoy. We don't shame here.
I'm right and should
a-
say it.
a retreating sound from in front of you, Rovahn, and in front of you, Dame.
Mm.
Her shouting, well, poorly enunciated. Let's see if I can do this without moving my jaw.
Hello?
No one,
Claw?
no one knows what that was.
The claw.
No, well, it's your fault for dislocating her jaw.
Hey, whoever she's shouting to probably doesn't understand it either.
You have been chosen.
The tone is certainly one of urgency. And that is what she cares to do with her turn. So, Luca, make a death save.
1 sec, I'm talking about Jane enjoying hot women. Okay.
Much more important, I assure you.
It would be a 10.
Is there a person out there on the internet that doesn't enjoy a hot woman?
Been
I doubt
scientifically
it.
proven everyone likes hot women. It's true.
The mask stays on.
How about cold women?
There have been
Ah.
2 inspirations bought.
There is a place for them too.
Luca, inspiration for you, and Dame, inspiration for you, since you used yours a moment ago. So that I don't. Thank you, Issy. And whoever bought that one earlier, Robin. Thank you, Robin. I will not take that one from them. So, death save. Yeah.
She got a 10.
I rolled a 10.
A 10? That is 1 success.
Just gonna keep track of it on a piece of paper because I don't know where they put it in D&D Beyond. So.
And beyond?
I'll
as
figure
soon
it
as
out.
you say that you're at 0, it pops up with the death saves usually.
Oh yeah, in that same slot, doesn't it?
Oh, I just didn't update it from last time. It's okay. Go ahead.
That brings us down to Druna.
So that thing retreated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot. Hey, Dame, at the end of your turn, you get some temporary hit points.
Dope.
Roll 1d6 plus 5.
Are we still in initiative?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Someone is
Okay.
dying. That means time matters.
Okay.
We can chase her down.
Well, I know. So I just fell. So Druna just fell. So she's gonna get up and kind of dust herself off. Is Luca where is Luca? Like on the ground?
On the ground, about 25 feet away.
So she's gonna kind of look around and figure out what the fuck just happened. And then she's gonna see Luca on the ground and she's gonna gasp. And then she's gonna be like, runs over there. Luca? Luca, are you okay?
Rub
Just
some
a
dirt
dead
in
Rob. Just a dead Rob.
Like me at the beginning of the stream.
I don't have any healing stuff, so I don't think
I have elected as Rob to
Oh,
formally pass
fuck,
away.
that hurt my neck.
What did you do?
There you go. Random body pains. Now you're feeling the Rob experience.
Yeah, wow, method acting. Impressive.
Very nice, Kay.
The pebble in the shoe.
What
Really working it. You understand pain.
What do you wish to do with your action, or bonus action, or any of the above?
Hold on. God damn, sorry. There's nothing that I could, because the thing retreated, so I don't think there's anything I can do that would be useful right now. So I'm gonna hold my action, I guess.
Okay.
And it shows up.
Thank you, Samwise, by the way. All right. Druna is just waiting and being ready, and we slide down to dock on the rope. Oh, well, I suppose... Yeah, go ahead, man. I suppose you can roll your d6 for Druna.
Oh, yes. I'll do Opalite. Ooh, rough. But you still get 6 hit points.
Okay.
Temporary.
It's 6 temporary hit
Because
points.
I rolled a 1.
If you get more temporary hit points later, they don't stack, but you can replace...
Wait, I thought they did stack.
Mm-mm.
Until, you take damage with them.
Mm-mm.
How else would that work, then?
Well, you're doing it every turn, so if someone gets hit and they lose their temporary hit points, you give them right back.
Well, yeah.
So it's basically
I thought you meant if she didn't take damage.
Well, no, if she got 6 this turn and you did it again next turn, she wouldn't have 12 temporary hit points. She would still have 6. Or if you give her more, then it would be 8 or 9, depending on if you roll better.
Are you sure?
That I'm absolutely sure of.
Okay.
Yeah.
The highest total from any source of any temporary hit points that you gain counts. So currently we have 6. It's one of the...
That's weird.
It is weird. But Twilight Clerics would be so much worse if it weren't that way.
Hey, yeah, guys, if I haven't mentioned it yet, fuck Twilight.
We'll,
Shit.
if you're worried about it, we can talk about it during the break or thereafter, because I want to make sure we're doing everything properly.
Nah, I'm not used to playing cleric, so
Very few
and I
people
don't run into temporary hit points often.
I was about to say few
so
people
I
fuck
figured
with
they
temporary
just
hit
stack.
points. But they are very useful in the middle of a fight. Just to protect real hit points from getting touched.
Yeah.
But then it is your turn.
All right. How far down in that turn have I now descended into the pool?
You could slide another 15 feet down and have your feet on the floor.
All right. Then I will do that, and I will use my remaining movement if I am able to approach Luca.
Okay. Given where you descended, you should be able to, let's say.
All right. I will run over and I'll have his hat under my arm and I'll set that atrocity down. And I will pick up his head and I will cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
All right. Roll them up.
Come on, Misty Mountain. You gotta love me a little bit more, baby.
I mean, you're basically Rob, so.
Ooh, a 5 and a 6?
All right. Plus
Taking them to
your
dinner.
wisdom.
Yes, so plus 2, that's 13 hit points.
Ooh, lucky.
All right.
All right, so Luca.
Oh wait, it was 2d8. I rolled 2d6. That could be higher.
Well, roll 2d8 then.
Oh boy. Hey, Misty Mountain. I promised I'd take you to dinner.
As a representative of Misty Mountain, I do like to eat.
I don't know where my purple d8 is, but I'll find that later. I'm holding it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna roll these.
Yeah.
Ooh, a 7 and a 5. So I still got one more. So 14 hit points.
All right. Luca,
Hasty.
the black retreats from your veins and your eyes flutter open and you see Doc kneeling above you and you are back to the land of the conscious.
Maybe he's like gone down with Dame and is now just like on his leg. He quickly sits up and is like, "Where did the old lady who needs the face cream go?"
Luca,
I
what are you
relinquish full
talking
control.
about?
I will let you know when I vie for it again, Erik. She's all yours.
So that's all I can really do because I just woke up. So
Fucking 9 hells! What were you thinking?
very confused. There was a woman down here. You saw the woman, right?
Druna's all like teary-eyed. She's like, "Yeah, I saw her."
Here's some
Saw
pocket
who?
chocolate, darling. Just enjoy. It was an old woman who looked really attractive before and then became a wrinkly old woman who needed some, like, some L'Oreal, like some face cream, like she needed something good.
You still have a handful of pocket chocolate, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little necrofied.
He's
Necrofied chocolate.
He's using the whole time he's doing this, he's using the end of his cloak and it's just like dabbing on Druna's face.
Doc, still looking vaguely pissed, is going to take the hat and kind of pop it on top of your head.
There we go.
Aggressively. No.
Like just over the face, like someone does with a hoodie.
Yeah.
So, with that, we'll end Doc's turn. We'll go back up to Rovahn and Dane.
There is, I mean, we don't, sorry, take that back. I can still use the ethereal view, right? Vision. I can look to see where she's gone on that plane, if that's what she's done.
Let's me double
Ethereal
check what I
sight.
sent you.
I can see
possibly
she
yes.
into the ethereal plane, and when I'm on the material, and vice versa. In case that's where she went, was the ethereal plane.
Okay. You can access that vision. Per the spell she used, she is not on the ethereal plane.
So,
Right.
options for you. I do have the fairy fire spell, which has a range of 60 feet. If you can see her, we have more options.
Yeah, I don't know
Or-
where she is. That's the problem.
He said we heard retreating footsteps. I don't know how many exits there are from this room. Maybe
Well.
the options are limited, or maybe we just tend to our own. It depends.
Or
on
she's
what
trying to
Rovahn
drive
would-
us into the well.
Yeah, it depends on what Rovahn would do.
If you want to look around, I can tell you what's around you.
Yeah, exactly.
You've been kind of focused until now. So, with where you guys are, there's something of a crumbling room behind you. Like there used to be a separating wall here, but it is basically no longer a wall. There's a hallway behind you leading south. And in that hallway, you know, with your superior sight, Rovahn, and basically from your memory, that there's 2 doors on the western side of this hall, which will lead down to what was once the grand entrance of the foyer, the reception hall of your keep. Ahead of you, and to the right, is what once functioned as your chapel. And just through a wall to your right is the room that you have been imprisoned in for quite a while and recently escaped.
I'm trying to think if any of those are going to lead me to finding where she went. Do I roll like God? What do I roll? History? No.
If you are remembering correctly, and if you remember what I said last time, the sound of her retreating sounds like she's going in the general direction of the chapel, which
then okay.
you remember has
then
been
that's...
converted into a bedroom.
Oh, okay. I did not remember that. Thank you. Yes. Then that's exactly where I would. This way. Let's go. And I would drag Dame and everybody over there or over that way.
Okay. So you charge in that direction,
looking for any sign of her, ready to strike if I have to. But yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make a perception check using your own faculties, please.
Do you have inspiration?
16.
16. All right.
Don't need it.
You just roll hot.
You really are rolling red hot.
So you see...
Also, you seem to have blessed my other little dice.
Your suspicions are confirmed in that
you just keep them in here, and then you...
You're so right.
Your suspicions are confirmed. You clocked her, and you see little bits of blood and saliva starting to trail in that direction. Either she stopped very quickly in that direction, or she realized that she was leaving a trail, because it stops almost immediately, and she rolled badass on a stealth check, and you're not you can't pin down without being able to see her where she might have ended her turn.
Okay, where is she? Oh,
I haven't rolled below a 15 yet. I'm sure that's coming.
I'm pretty sure that's what I can... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I have to think about what Dame can do. Does Dame want to lay hands on herself or anything?
She doesn't. I will.
Think about you when I touch
That's up to you.
Well, no, I have to keep in mind, because you're actually keeping more of the hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if it's down, then now's the time to use the the bonus actions and things to...
Yeah, okay. So, but my only bonus action things I can do are pre-casting smites on myself. That, unfortunately, that's kind of the way my character is set up.
Sorry.
But we can lay on
now.
hands to top ourselves off. Or my other thought is throw fairy fire where we think she might be, and it'll affect... It's a pretty low dex save, honestly, because my saves are crap. But, if she's within a 20-foot cube of where we cast it, we'll be able to see her.
Your insight is good. Try it.
All right. We will cast Fairy Fire in the most optimal place in the direction that she is headed to cover the most area.
Groovy. What's your spell save DC?
It is a 13 dex.
Okay. Well, I got a 17 on the die, so...
The hot streak continues for everyone but Steve. And sometimes Tyler.
So you cast the spell, and whether or not she is in the area, you receive no new information.
Well, that
but
was
you do
surely
so
helpful.
with
Pretty,
your
though.
with your dash. You can nearly make it to the door of the chapel, or not with your dash, with your movement from where you were
Okay,
before.
I was gonna say we can't dash because we fairy fired. Maybe we should have just hustled. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I'm
you're
knocking
good.
off the spell. We got one
Yeah.
more of each spell left.
Okay, just mark that off, and we ran as far as we could. That's what we got.
Okay.
That's our turn.
You both are maybe 5 feet away from the door to the chapel at this point, casting this spell in as big of an area as you can.
What, is the door open?
No,
So she hasn't gone through the door yet.
correct.
Well, I wouldn't. If we knew she hasn't gone through the door yet, that makes casting fairy fire stupid.
No, it means that you have a defined area.
Like if she's invisible, it glows around her.
Right? If she had gone into the next room, then make casting fairy fire is super dumb, because then she's in a different room.
Well, I mean, but if she goes into the next room, then we know that she is beyond us. I don't know.
Yeah, but can she pass through?
How wide is this hall?
You're not in a hall. The hall is to your south.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's just okay. Can we just post up at the door?
I'm assuming that's kind of what you did.
Well,
Let's
yeah,
post up
we're
at the door.
5
She
feet
ain't
away
getting out
from
this
it.
way. She ain't getting out this way.
All right.
Except now it's her turn.
Yes, it is now her turn, where I was about to describe her opening the door, which I suppose I'm still going to do. Make a strength saving throw.
You roll it. You roll it.
He's just going to try and bully you out of the way.
Okay, well, I don't know. It fell into my lap, so I had to re-roll it. So I got a 17.
17. Let's see. She's not weak.
Red
Seriously,
hot,
this
baby.
is the best I've ever rolled.
Same.
If you've ever seen me in any other stream, I roll nothing but threes.
I got a
What'd she roll?
22. I'm doing fucking great. And I'm sitting on inspiration.
Is it raw?
Are you
strength
saying
Mhm.
she's also
Okay,
buff?
It's
well,
a strength
gotta-
saving throw for you.
check? Okay, it's a 20.
Okay. So yeah, you post up and then just get kind of taken aback as a door hits you in the back of the head. And you feel something brush past you in a moment. As
Disadvantage top attack?
you can't top attack something you can't see.
Damn it.
I think that's a little dumb too, but them's the breaks. I'm running my bad guys the same way if you guys want to be invisible. And you have been, trust me. I remember back to the beginning of this game. As the door briefly opens, you with your superior sight see inside this Sister Ola is not a small creature. She stands approaching 7 feet tall. But inside, rustling in the darkness, is a massive shape. And Rovahn, again, by the metrics that you use to determine whether something is a threat or not, the middle sister, Sister Nura, is the one that most got your attention. And inside, in the darkness, in the grayscale of your dark vision, you see a woman who looks as though she has twigs and mushrooms and barnacles just growing out of her. Just this conglomeration of terrible, disgusting growths begin to move and cannot stand to its full height in the chapel. Instead, almost waddling on all fours, begins to stir at the broken call of her sister. Sister Nura Hookjaw is going to join initiative for
I
us.
thought she was Nula.
Oh, it's Ola and
Ola,
Nura. Sorry. Did I spell
Ola,
it in yours?
Oh, okay. Ola, Nura, and Verda.
Yes. And
Right, okay.
fucking another 16. I love these dice!
Just wait when I start rolling damages.
It's John's
I usually do
birthday.
Good there.
It's John's birthday, baby. And
That's
she
what
gets
it
the
is.
same initiative.
Damn.
So she's going to get to act before anything else happens.
Oh, good lord.
Pleasant.
Because I have a terrible modifier. But to finish up Ola's turn, she rips the door open, sneaks inside, garbles something just completely nonsensical, trying to pass on some sort of information that is probably worthless since there's a drow standing in the doorway. And she is going to do the best thing she knows how to do. She's going to end the invisibility on herself and cast Mirror Image on herself. So there's now 4 Olas standing in the same space.
Right.
Mirror image gets you 4. Wow. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 and herself.
Right.
So it looks like there's 4. Yeah, she's moved as far away as she can get from you. She's only 25 feet away, and Nura comes charging out. Her skin is charcoal black. Her jaw is way wider than it is long. And she is probably easily the most hideous thing Dame has seen. You just saw a green hag. But now this thing comes barreling towards you.
We kill her, and I can touch the spear.
Very good.
And
Sounds like a plan.
not wearing the shield, right?
Not wearing the shield. Who wears shields?
All right, I'm not going to ask what the armor class is in case I get accused of cheating when I'm having a hot night. So we're going to roll some attacks against you. That is a 20 to hit.
Oh, conveniently, just, you know.
That's
exactly
an
the one you needed.
That's an 11 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. That's a 10 to hit.
Miss.
And that's a 24 to hit. All right.
Wait,
Yeah,
4?
Just barely.
4 attacks.
Barely. Yeah.
This is the martially competent sister that Rovahn considers a threat.
Yeah. Not a fan.
All right, so
Not a fan at all. Uh-oh. He's thinking a lot here.
all right, between the 2 hits, it is 29 points of bludgeoning damage.
Jesus
She
Christ.
just comes in,
Wow.
and she is just a flurry of punch, claw, swipe, and almost trying to hit you with her forearm, and then thrusting another fist out, almost trying to drive you back in towards the Well of Souls. It doesn't even seem to register that it's you that she's attacking. She's just swinging wildly, and you get caught by a couple of them, and it hurts. Like the wind is, you almost got the Rovahn knocked out of you there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Rovahn, you sense that this vessel that you are inhabiting is approaching the limits of its use.
To put it lightly.
You may or may not be well served by continuing to inhabit it.
Now. We will destroy her,
also-
don't you worry.
Thank you for the temporary hit points.
There you go.
Handy.
This is what they're awesome for, because everybody's about to get a new serving of those things. And as this creature comes barreling through and just comes up to the door, can't quite get out because of game mechanics, but just by virtue of slamming into it, has enlarged the doorway somewhat. And it has no words for you, and is just a chaos-driven sound of...
I was waiting all day for that.
I don't know if Discord clipped it. Hello, fellow Rob. Good of you to join the Rob party tonight. Yeah. Guys are still cracking me up. This is supposed to be the height of dramatic tension of the campaign. And I'm staring at so many gorgeous bearded faces. It's great. That is all I've got for
the way we are.
That's all I've got for you. So we're gonna slide on down to Luca. You wake up to see basically a Dame-sized fist and forearm poke through a door into Dame.
Well, two things two things real quick. One is Bliss gave inspiration to you, Erik. You have that.
Thank you.
Nice.
Also,
I didn't have it
Irish-
open. I didn't have the text open or the
Irish
whatever.
Mac made a good point, which is for the sister with a broken jaw, can she technically do somatic components?
Since I am entirely flavoring the fact that her jaw is broken, I'm saying yes.
Okay. And let me see what the distance.
I
on
feel
this is.
unimmersed.
I'm
And
not.
what's the
I don't
name
hit
of the
you guys
really
and
big
break your
one?
jaw and take your ability to cast spells away. So turnabout's fair play.
Hey, 200 subscribers, and I will punch Rob in the jaw. Which one? That's up to you.
I thought you were saying junk. It's like, we've had this discussion.
Which
You're at
Rob
good
did?
punching
Which
height
jaw or
for
which
that.
Rob?
Like a nobleman.
On either of his jaws.
Mhm.
Okay,
Good point though,
absolutely
Irish Mac.
not.
I like the way you think. Come on to the channel and run a game for us, and I will absolutely play by that rule.
But DM, which is the really large buff sister?
This is Nura Hookjaw.
Nora. Okay.
By the way, did you give yourself temporary hit points at the end of your turn, Doc? I meant to remind you, because you can.
Oh, sure, why not?
Am I in range for temporary hit points, or did I leave range?
You are slightly...
It's a 30-foot
no,
radius,
because
so...
Doc moved to where Luca was, and that was your starting point, then you're still good.
Yeah. It's pretty big.
Is it a D6 plus a plus 5?
It is a... Yeah, I think...
Yeah, D6 plus 5.
Doc, do you want other people rolling it, or you rolling it?
You can roll it.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Noted.
Okay.
And you get that at the end of your turn.
Yep.
Okay, so that still came off of your...
And I got...
Got it. Yep.
No, wait.
Makes sense.
11 temporary points.
Very nice. Okay. Now, on to Luca.
A couple of questions is, one, how far away is she? Two, is the arm still out the door, or did it just come out the door and go back in?
She's technically can't leave because of Dane taking up the space. She is visible to you, but she's not in the room. On the other hand, the sister Ola, who you originally were dealing with, is now behind a wall from where you are standing.
How far away is that door?
The door is 25 feet away.
Okay, I'm going to get up, which is going to take 15 feet of my movement because it takes half to get up from prone.
Yes.
I'm going to get as close as I can, which is another 15 feet. So with the remaining 10 feet, am I able to see through the door well enough to fire something off?
You are only to hit Nura, because Nura is larger than the door.
That is perfectly fine. I am going
She's
to...
completely body blocking anything from getting to her sister right now, until things change.
Sure, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I'm going to pump a second level chromatic orb onto Nora, which would be 48 of damage if it hits. So let me cast that real quick. Okay. That's a ranged spell attack, and I'm going to use my pretty new Jane dice.
Oh, yay!
Last time I did chromatic orb, things went great, so...
Yeah.
Wait, I'm looking in the wrong spot. Okay. Second I saw 4 or 5d8, and I'm like, what? That's not second level. Ooh, I think... Oh, it's definitely gonna hit. That's a 17 plus 7.
That is definitely going to hit.
Dang,
That is 4d8.
And if a couple of the dice agree, don't you get to target a new creature? Or that's Chaos Bolt, I'm sorry.
Yeah, some of them don't, but Chromatic Orb doesn't do that, so...
I love Chaos Bolt. It's never jumped to another creature for me, but I'm ready for the day that it will. I like that sound.
Get it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that one's cocked. I need to redo that one, but everything else was... Ooh! Okay, so we got... I got a math here. We've got a 7,
Everything was
5,
Oh!
13.
Oh!
It's another 4.
17!
Oh!
Then plus a 2, which just makes it 19.
19 total?
Did on a weak one, yeah.
Nice though. That is not nothing. And what damage type was it?
Look at the effects again, because I think I'm just gonna randomly. Oh God! I hit to roll on. Don't want to roll on.
Wow, look at the damage.
You did get a high roll.
That's
Pretty
the
high, yeah.
exact same amount that I just rolled on my dice. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm just gonna roll a d6 and see which one it turns out to be.
All right.
That would be. Ooh, I don't know if this is gonna do a whole lot to her, but that would be acid. Is that the acid? No, poison. Poison damage.
Poison damage.
Because the poison, to make sure I'm looking at it right, the poison is just the skull and crossbones, and the acid is the little drop in skull and crossbones, I think.
I think that's right.
Oh, it's yeah.
I don't really know D&D Beyond like maybe I ought to.
Yeah.
Cool. I'd take either one. They work as well as one another for the purposes of hurting Nora, so you're good. All right, so you come skidding to a halt a little bit behind Dame and just overhand softball throw this wad of green goo and gunk right over Dame's head and into the face of Nora. And as flesh starts to peel away, you see a black skeleton underneath. Just bits of teeth and cheekbone visible now, as she seems still very focused on Dame.
You just hear Luca from behind you, Dame, just go, oh, I thought the other one needed the face cream. That one really needs sunscreen and a dermabrasion and maybe some plastic.
You wonderful stupid boy.
What else you got, Luca?
It's really about it, because I don't think any of my bonus action related things are not something I can cast right now.
What
So using that.
What is the flying monkey up to?
Oh yeah, how's Phoebe?
Phoebe's just wrapped around him as tight as she can. I know I told me to watch Dame, but I'm not leaving your sight right now. The thing. As they're rounding the corner, because I need to check if familiars. I don't think familiars get to attack or anything like that, but I need to check on that during my turns. But basically, she's just there on my neck, and we round around this and see this black melting face, and you just hear ah! She's screaming.
Okay.
Is that Luca or Phoebe?
That's
Wouldn't you like to know?
When Luca says that this one needs a facelift, Dame is going to turn around with a look of pain and rage on her face and go, "She needs to die."
Hot.
Nice.
It would be a closed casket funeral, I think.
Yeah.
We
Oh
are
no,
a
the
fantastic
Rovahn is very much coming through.
Hey, thank
We
you
are
for the
a
follow,
fantastic
Akechi69. Thank you.
Ooh,
Welcome
thank
to
you
the
for
party.
guidance.
Where I'm trying to kill them all right now. It's going great, and it has nothing to do with the
Yummy.
fact that they all look kind of like me.
What's up to G-Dub, too?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey.
G-Dubs.
And hey, Bliss, welcome. I don't know if you've been there this whole time, and I'm just seeing you, but hey, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Maybe I'll get to talk to you some more tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh. Wait, never mind.
So, well done, Luca, and that should be all for you, unless you correct me. So we're gonna move on to Druna.
So Druna is gonna kind of watch what's going on, see that it's absolute chaos, absolute strength, these things are fucking people up. And she's gonna roll up her sleeve and kind of run her hand up her sleeve, and from her hand, bark-like texture is going to start swarming around. And she's gonna cast Bark Skin.
Just push the sleeves
Ooh.
down.
That's a G-Dub one right there, I'm telling you.
Very nice. Bark skin for you. I love, man, druids. I don't know why I hate on them so much. Druids are fucking cool.
Oh,
Druids
they
are
are so
rad.
yoked in 5e.
Yeah, they are.
And I'm not kidding. The guy that's in the GW or G-dubs in chat.
Yeah.
We played a couple of years on Ukador, and he was a druid, and watching the druid go from meh to oh my god, this thing is yoked, stop it. Like it was pretty amazing. And he would always like shh, bark skin, and then he would be like moonlight or whatever. There are all kinds of things. Just blew
Awesome.
me away.
It's like you could you play with flowers and shit, but when it comes down to it, you're like, here's my thunderclap, bro!
Nothing hits like a good shillelagh.
It's one of my favorite
Oh,
Critical
man.
Role memes, though, is it's just like Percy and Vex getting married, and it's this beautiful wedding photo in the background of some like buff guy in a Speedo walking around. It's like Keyleth getting overpowered. Like-
Damn. Okay. Do you want to move closer, farther away, stay where you're at?
You can take just a couple steps forward, but still kind of be on the back end of everybody.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get too close to that windmill up there. Let's see. I need to check something real quick.
I gotta change my AC somehow, but my AC
How
goes
well is this form holding out?
What is your passive
message you our hit
perception,
points.
Druna?
What was that?
He's gonna message you his hit point total.
Oh, okay, all right.
Where did I find my passive perception?
So, if you were to roll a d20, what would you add to it?
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Passive perception is 13.
13. Okay, good to know.
Oops, wrong.
So I will say this. You think for a moment you hear something behind you.
Oh, Jesus
It's
Christ.
the farthest back in the party, and you turn around, but you don't see anything. But do you think you... Huh. Anyway, just so you know.
Just know that she's like starting to get really anxious and panicky.
Yeah, that's fair. Lots going on right
Yeah.
now. All right, so you are all set. Let's go back. Oh, by the way, roll a d6. Luca, roll a d6.
Yep. If it's higher than the 10 hit points I gave you last time, then you keep those instead.
Yes.
That I got none last time.
Oh,
feel-
Rob, that you bring me up
Fun.
to a solid 5, my friend. Oh, this'll be good. Guys, I don't know what you did to these people, but they're on my side now.
It's some bullshit.
They got a taste for blood with Luca, like
This feels a
plummeting
lot
60
like,
feet, and now they're just sharks. It's a frenzy.
Yeah, this is scary. Actually.
They want blood.
They were so disappointed that, Luca
Someone
didn't
didn't
die. Now they
die.
want Dame to die.
How dare we?
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Did you guys get your temps? Are you good?
Get it.
Okay. Let's move on then back to Dame and Rovahn.
What is wrong with you? You seem weakened. Heal yourself. Do something. My God.
All right. Dame is going to reach up, pat herself on the chest, give herself a little magical pep talk. And he didn't say to hold back. So I can use my entire lay on hands pool without hitting max HP. So as much as I would like, Dame would like to save an extra point or two to pick people up from down, she's taking the whole thing.
And chips are down, man. Now is time.
Yep.
The point of this evening is to get Tyler to cash in all of that in those channel points for inspirations tonight.
So Dame
I know
will heal
she got a
herself
bank.
We won't go
for
through all that. I'm
25
nearly at
points
20K.
of the 29 damage she took last round.
Mhm.
That consumes her action.
Okay. You have a bonus action, yes, if you want to use it.
Yeah, there's not much I can do with my bonus action. Unless we cast the spell to use like
Well, I could use my command potentially.
there you go. You have bonus actions.
So as the bonus action, they have to roll a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And that's Nora.
Yes. Ooh.
Get that bitch
There we
away
go.
from us.
I've finally rolled shit.
Yay!
So
Hey.
read to me the cool ability I gave you, because she's going to fail.
Ooh.
Well, I
I'm
get to choose which of these three. I can either reduce the speed to 0, or they can't take bonus actions, or they can't take reactions. I think stopping the speed is probably the key.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we would stop the speed, and then we would take a hit, though, if we moved away, right?
Not if she doesn't have reactions.
Good point. All right, so yeah, let's do the reactions then instead. Thank you for the help. We'll move no reactions and then move away to safety, because my body that I'm borrowing, fucking people, they can't hold up to all this kind of abuse. So I'm just kidding. I also can't afford to have them see me because they'll freak out. So you know.
The flavor of this, by the way, is Rovahn is such a commanding and intimidating person, even in death, that when he speaks, his words carry weight, no matter who hears them, so long as they are capable of being cowed by a person like him. So what does Rovahn use Dame's lips to say to give this entity pause?
So intimate.
Don't even think about striking me. And then moves away.
And does not. Just with melting skin, just kind of gives you 3 solid long blinks, one eye at a time.
Can't figure out why I'm in that body. I love it so much. Thank you, Dame. It's nice. I like this carriage.
Wonderful. Okay, that brings us to Ola.
Just glad he's invested in keeping this vessel going.
Ola, all 4 of Ola, run towards Noura's feet, and pass in front of Noura for a moment, where you guys were standing a second ago before you backed away. And you see them scrabbling, clawing at the ground, ripping a piece of their own clothing off and scrubbing at the stones. And you see them cleaning or maybe collecting Dame's blood.
Who's this? Who's doing this?
That's Ola,
weird.
the green hag. The one that fried Luca.
This bitch.
Right.
And finishing that, still like on all fours between her sister's legs, like scuttles back just a little bit. With her trophy, her piece of fabric covered in blood. And that is all the 4 of her care to do, so we're going to go to Noura. Noura is going to have to squeeze to get through the doorway. And she's had to do that for every doorway that she's had since her smaller sisters moved into this bitch. So she's not going to have a lot of movement left when she comes out on the other side. And the closest people to her are Dame and Luca, who threw that chromatic orb. By the way, Dame, you ended your turn. Roll a d6.
Noted.
Okay. She's going to come up and, you know what? She is not the tactician. She is not the thinker. She is the doer. She's just going to divide it evenly, 2 strikes each. We're going to handle Luca first. Well, actually, I'm assuming you didn't move your full movement away. Is that right? You just kind of backed up away from her so she couldn't reach you easily?
Are you talking about Dame?
Yes.
The team, yeah, we backed up. Oh, well, no, we backed up as far as we could.
Okay, so Luca would then be the only person closest.
Well, I'm technically like 10 feet away from the door. I couldn't get right up to the door.
Yeah.
Remember that.
And she can't move much further than that after having
Well,
to
if she
squeeze
gets
through the
5
door.
feet of this side of the door, she'd be able to hit somebody within 5 feet. However, yeah, totally. Maybe she can't hit anybody.
Well, she's going to come swinging in with her large arms to Luca, because everyone else is farther away, and again, she's indiscriminate. So, well, that's a 13, but I don't know what Luca's armor class is.
It's a 10. You know what his armor class is. Don't lie to me.
Didn't you?
Mage
You
armor?
got a new.
There's not been a time yet.
You got a new
Good luck.
shield.
Oh, honey.
You've got a new shield that you're magically proficient with. That gives you something.
Forgot. What do? I wrote it down in my notes.
It's a +2, so that's 12.
12, and well, that still hits. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Oof.
It makes it as a +2 because it just adds that I can remove damage as it hits me.
so roll a d4.
1 second. Shield. The reaction when me or anyone takes damage. Sorry, Dame. Roll a d4 and take that damage away.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna keep rolling my d20s yet because I'm not gonna put you down in one hit. I don't think. Not with your temps and all that good healing Doc gave you.
You know.
Depends.
And
Yeah.
17, I might kill you in 2 hits. So we're gonna roll the dice now.
Oh my god.
First hit was a 17. Points. You said.
No, that was to hit.
Oh, that hit.
So
Yeah.
the first hit was 15 points of damage. The second is a 17 to hit. Jesus. The next one is 20 points of damage.
On the
Doesn't-
20 points of damage,
It doesn't
we would
matter
like
what.
to rebuke the violent.
Ooh.
Hey!
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Good
I know what that
choice.
does.
What's that do?
It unfortunately does not help Luca, but it means she takes 20 points of damage.
Shit! What kind of damage? It matters.
The kind that,
Is it the same thing she sent out, or is it?
Has to be something radiant.
it might transfer it to Radiant. I'll find out.
It's
Okay.
either radiant or force.
It doesn't matter for Ola. It matters for Nura.
All I'm gonna say is yes, I rolled 4 to take off of that from this, but that still
Oh.
has me out again. So
Okay.
Hell, okay, it's radiant
God.
damage, but she gets to try to save.
Oh, what save did she get?
Wisdom.
That is a fail. I'm going to spend a point of DM as accomplice just to roll again. That is worse.
So glad you have those stacked up.
Hey, giving me help is literally twice as expensive as all of you. So if I just use it for inspiration, that's a net win, I think. But I still fail. So I'm going to take 20 points of radiant damage, which is going to cook her.
Wow.
Ouchie, wow.
Wowie, wow.
Oh, wow, wow,
Look at
wow.
us.
Everyone's
Guys.
coming
Causing
from a
some
point.
pain. We're walking up on you and causing pain.
She has 2 attacks left. She doesn't.
Your walking impression's good.
She doesn't really care to hurt. Some enemies in Rob World are like, I know how magic works. I'm gonna kill this bitch. And she is not one of them. She wants to hurt more people. So she doesn't have options. So she's going to take the limp form of Luca and pick it up and throw the limp form of Luca at Dane.
I love that.
Well,
Let me mark off a death save. Like,
Because I can't move. She can't move anymore. She can't reach you.
my god.
Well, that's going to be a 17 to hit. I'm sorry.
17's our armor class.
Sorry,
which begs
I did the math
question-
wrong. It's 7 plus 7. It's 14.
Okay.
14, I'm sure, misses you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it's up to Rovahn whether you duck and let it sail past or
Aw.
whether you try to do something
Let
Are we
it
catching
sail
it?
past.
to catch the boy. I don't know.
Well, no,
or do you
that's
like,
a good
hey,
point.
this is going to miss me. Let me swat it aside with my Warhammer.
Yeah, it's a very good point that you're making, because I wouldn't necessarily care about her getting thrown or them getting thrown, but because you're in there and I like you so much, I'm going to let you make that decision.
I've already used my reaction, so it'll be what Rob decides I can do.
What would
Okay.
you prefer to do? You are not going to be taking damage from this. Would you rather tank it, or would you rather step out of the way?
What's going to be? I mean, if Dame gets to choose, it's going to be whatever helps Luca.
Exactly.
There's not a lot of helping Luca, but
Catching?
the alternative. Okay, so I will say this actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, given the layout of my little piece of paper here, if Luca sails past you, he is inadvertently heading towards the Well of Souls.
Hell
Okay, if it was Steve as the DM, Steve would say, if you had your reaction, you could totally capture him. But given that I don't have my reaction, it'll just be whatever you decide is fair.
Okay. So you're taking this opportunity to cast a spell and bring radiant fire onto this creature that's hurting your friends, which is great, and she is like seared and writhing as she throws the thing, and that's probably why she misses, because she's reeling
salt
in
and
pain.
pepper. Nothing like a good sear.
Rather than going into the Well of Souls, or getting dangerously close to doing it, rather than taking 2 death saves from being attacked while you are unconscious, you're going to fail 1, Luca, and you are going to stop in front of Dame's space. And I'm going to have spent 2 of my attacks to have picked you up and thrown you, so that is going to be the end of Noura's turn. The path back into the chapel is now free because Noura has extricated herself from it. You could technically go around her if you like op attacks. And it is now Luca's turn. Luca, you
like op attacks.
You're back to death saves, but you're starting with a clean slate, and people just keep buying you keep buying inspirations for people.
Yeah, I'm gonna combat all of our watchers. Yeah.
Dungeon Master's accomplishments. Yeah,
Yeah, screw the audience.
Screw.
You are cracking Rob, my Wednesday night Dungeon Master, up, Eric. I think that was from the walk-in impersonations.
What'd you get? I'm worried.
Natural 20.
Whoa!
Thank God.
Points.
So Dame has all this
That one's from the ancestors.
all this radiant energy coming off of her from casting this Rebuke the Violent spell, channeling her divinity, and just a little of that pumps into you as you bounce off of her, and you get 1 hit point of divine power back.
My God.
Luca's just on the ground, just like, oh God, Mom's mad. Just trying to, like,
Just
away.
roll out of the way. Ah!
God, Mom's mad.
Got the flip flop. Like,
All right. So
The chancla.
you roll the death saves at the end of your turn, so you're donezo right there. But you are still within Doc's range. Roll a d6, and you're gonna get some temporary hit points on top of that 1.
Thank God.
See, I'm telling you, this is a good ability when you're in the middle of a fight.
add that to my.
Technically, I have a spell
Walking.
that lets me do the
Yeah.
same thing, but it's permanent hit points.
You have Aura of
But
Vitality.
that takes a bonus action, yes.
Aura of Vitality is probably my favorite spell in the game.
It's so
I love
good.
it. All my
But
bards
it
steal
does
that
take
spell.
my bonus action. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
this just happens at the end of everybody's turn.
Yeah.
I don't have to do shit, brother. God can deal with it.
All right. That was the end of
Also
Luca's
a
turn.
map.
We are down to Druna, the freshly bark-skinned Druna.
Woo!
So, I'm in the back, but I keep hearing people behind, or hearing something behind me, right?
There's something back there. Sounds like it anyway.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Fairy Fire. at
Okay.
range.
Oh, this is not the thing to make dex saves.
Uh-oh.
All right. So you carpet bomb the rest of this room. The room that you were in was once a pantry for the sake of continuity. You carpet bomb the pantry. And I rolled really well. I rolled a 16.
My snacks.
-4.
Nice.
So that's a 12.
Woo!
And I think your spell save DC is higher than that.
Save, I think, is Dex 12, but I don't know, do I have a modifier with that?
It should be 8 plus 2. What? You guys are level 5?
Yeah.
So 8 plus 2 plus your wisdom.
Wow. Just rolled 2 3s.
Addie just yelled at me on Instagram. Shut up! This is everything to all of us being robbed.
Thanks, Maddie.
Oh God.
$13.
It's 13.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, atta girl.
That's what it needed to
I thought
be.
there was a Cheesecake Panda halftime show.
There will
Yes.
be. We're
Time for our halftime show.
we're about to get to that.
It's actually
So, you cast the spell, and little motes of light from the firework that you just set off start to drift down. What color are they? Because, we care, and you get to choose.
right.
Where's my other baby hand? I need to vote with my baby hands.
Violet.
Violet. Okay, so these violet motes of light begin to blanket everything in the area, and you start to wonder what is wrong with it. Because it's outlining a shape, but that shape is so geometric, you don't think it could actually be a creature. But no, Gruta's competition on the lower floor, the thing that she hates because it has the job of cleaning the basement, is a gelatinous cube.
Oh
And
my god.
Scrub,
Then
the
half
gelatinous cube, is slowly making its way on initiative count 7 towards the back of the party.
Oh my god.
I'll vote with one baby hand.
That's what it's doing.
Exactly the noise that it
That's what old Scrub is doing. That's what you were hearing.
Oh my god.
And you turn around, you cast the spell. Now everyone can see that basically a 10-foot block of jelly is coming towards you.
Yeah, it is,
baby.
baby.
Use the rest of
I
my
love these
action
cubes.
instead
I
of
should never have been left alone.
yeah. Hey guys, there's a gelatinous cube behind us.
Oh, what?
I didn't realize Rob was trying to end the campaign tonight.
Oh, he's absolutely. He's like, oh,
Apparently.
I told you I'd
I
stay
thought we'd
longer.
fight these things
Jeez,
one
Rob,
at a
come on.
time and kind of work our way up towards, the big bad one or whatever. I don't know. Now
Not
we're
a
just gonna fight them
chance.
all at once.
Everybody dies. Sorry.
Shit.
Time to ride the horse.
Everybody dies.
You can move a little, Druna. Do you wanna move towards the Well of Souls, or towards the
Why
wall,
would
or
you
towards the
bring
cube, or
Hasselhoff
towards
into
the terrible monster with half a face?
So she's like in between both of them.
Tyler,
right?
stop.
Versus Rob's
Stop.
electric jelly.
I know
Oh
I
my
do that all.
He won't stay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're so lovely today.
This is what I do when I'm nervous, in all fairness.
It's the Kristen Wiig bit. I love that one. Was so good. And I'm Jane or whatever. It just goes, what the fuck?
It's a great YouTube. There's a lot
Just
of
a
them. but
little
there's one
baby
girl-
hands.
There's one girl specifically doing makeup on YouTube with her baby hands, and like it cracks me up because they're like hard and plastic. They're not rubbery like this. So she's got like her foundation and her lipstick and stuff. She's going like this and like smacking it, and it's like clacking on it, and then it's her just going like, like it's so good.
Do you want to move at all, Druna?
Yeah, she's
Thank you
like
for flipping
she's
that.
getting full panic, so she's gonna freeze up.
Okay. All right. It is 9. I think it's time that we took a little bit of a break.
Oh god.
So we're
I
gonna
need more beverages.
Animals.
We're gonna come back at the top of the initiative order. We're gonna try and take a shorter break this time, but just enough time for us all to do it. We're gonna try and keep it to 7 minutes ish. Since I don't have a clip for you guys, and because we have a fight to finish.
See you next.
The very first thing that you will see is going to be Tyler's Wizards of the Coast Call the Netherdeep video. It has music on it. I didn't add the music. It's probably fine with Twitch, but it will be brief either way. And we will be back in just a few. Thank you guys. See you in a minute.
Take
Welcome back, guys. That was more of a traditional break length than we thought, but we got to talking. You know how it happens. We are in a dire situation. People are missing hit points. We have a rat now, as you can clearly see, playing with the wig. I wish that was my hair.
Is this Ratatouille?
I love Ratatouille. Nice Linguini cosplay.
I mean,
Please. Sweetheart, please.
No.
What? Thank you, by the way, in May and hang on, MZ Brandanowitz, Mr. Bananas. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome to the party. We're in the middle of a fight, and everyone is me.
Erik, and we have Erik.
And there's also Erik.
And then there's me.
Rob and Rob and Rob and Rob and
Really,
Steven and Erik.
now there is no contest that Erik is the best part of this show.
Erik and Erik. We have Erik and Erik now. That's it. That's all we need. Yep, put the glasses on. Headphones, yes.
Oh,
thank
man.
you. There we go. All right, now.
Yeah,
There it is.
If you're just joining us, everybody decided to dress up as my happy ass for this show. And
Not telling him.
not telling me.
Got like food in my beard. This is mildly uncomfortable.
Welcome to my
Yeah.
life.
You
Okay.
can choose that.
Okay. All right, hold on. I just want to mention this. Beard care is important,
Yes.
and washing your beard often is a good thing. That's
Mhm.
all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Guys, let's be real for a second. Your beard is a part of you.
Well,
It's a
for half
sentient
of us, that's
creature.
true.
You owe it to take care of yourself.
Wait,
You owe it to
can I
yourself,
add
too.
something onto that?
Yes, of course, as a fellow beard haver.
Yes. Well, this is not about your beard. This is about the other end.
Oh.
Men need to shave their buttholes more often.
Literally the other end. Jane's eyes, though. Jane's eyes right now.
I did not know where that was going. I
I
thought
was
you were just
not
going to talk
ready-
about like
Got it.
girl hair, and I was like,
I was like,
our
wait a
lips and
minute.
stuff sometimes,
Sis,
but
I
man.
just suddenly
Think
started.
about
I've
it.
never.
punch to the nose.
I don't know
You
that
are
I've ever
rubbing
thought
it.
about the hair around my asshole.
Yeah,
I
no.
think
If you
it's.
think about it, you're rubbing peanut butter into carpet. You need to shave it every now and then.
Oddly enough, guys, this is exactly where I thought she was going.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I couldn't agree more.
you didn't have to
Thank
say
you.
any of those things.
I just want to say that the views of some Robs represented on this show
Not
do not necessarily reflect the reviews of all other Robs on this show.
Or Misty Mountain Gaming.
Or
All I can say is no one who's watched this tonight is going to look at peanut butter the same.
Happy
Misty Mountain
birthday,
Gaming
John.
supports manscaping.
It's peanut butter.
Happy-
John's
milk
having
time.
his best birthday.
happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
John.
Yeah, happy birthday, John.
God damn.
We're talking about shaving assholes on your stream for company time.
We need John to
Love
weigh in on
you.
shaving assholes.
Do you have that much hair on your asshole?
I'm just gonna say I don't know who KJ associates with, but
It's not out.
You are with a hairy man. If
how
that is a concern of
many
yours.
male assholes? Guys, let's play some D&D. Let's
Are
We can
you
say to all
sure?
of KJ's friends.
man, that's a hell of an opener. Hey, I'm single,
Yeah,
ready to mingle, and wondering
Hey,
what's
how
the
y'all doing?
state of your asshole.
Our Rob in the chat,
Absolutely
clipping
glossy
those,
clean.
clipping this conversation.
Wait a minute. I shaved my balls for this?
Oh yeah,
I-
I've seen that shirt.
I feel like I need a brain enema.
I want that clip. I'm going to turn it into a GIF. I don't know if you've ever seen mine.
Your brain enema, your GIF, or your asshole?
I have a GIF of this.
No, I haven't.
And it says this, and it's me doing this.
Aw.
And I just got a message today from a friend who's like, I randomly saw this person on Twitter using this.
Bless.
So, in case you're just joining us or need a refresher, we are in the bottom of a crumbling fortress. Behind us, the scene of this battle is lit by the otherworldly green glow of the Well of Souls, where so many damned spirits have been trapped by an ancient magic. there is a monster of an Annis hag. Annis hag, before anyone comes into the chat. And I did not name that creature.
Guys, shave your anus.
Yep.
AJ
Wailing on Luca and Dame as best as she is able, who just took a pile of radiant damage. There is a severely damaged green hag in a chapel a room away who is clutching to her a rag, a scrap of cloth stained with Dame's blood, and inching its way into the room is a gelatinous cube illuminated by fairy fire, thanks to our druid. The rest of the party, their resources dwindling, as are their options and escape routes, are faced with the biggest challenge that we've had in this campaign yet, and I still have 5 Dungeon Master's accomplices to spend.
One
So-
for each of us.
That's right.
Fantastic.
So, that brings us to Dame and Rovahnn's turn.
Wait, when do I get to take a
Tell
turn?
them.
I'm sorry,
not
didn't we
to
do you?
freak out.
Did we not end
No.
on you? Oh, I beg your
No.
pardon. Okay, I didn't mean to skip you. I just thought we were at the end.
No, you're good. We just went through a bunch of rounds, and after a while, I'm like, oh, well, maybe it's just taking a while. And then
was just
after
trying-
that, I was like, no?
I mean, when you've seen so many Robs,
Have I
play,
skipped you
don't
more than
know
once?
How many Robs there is to play?
I think maybe.
Wait,
Okay.
it's Rob's turn again?
Let's
Let's go back to
Always
Rob.
Rob's turn.
hang on a sec. Okay. Sorry. Let's I'm not thinking. The last thing you did was heal Luca,
Yeah.
And
then that was
Luca-
like my only turn.
and then Luca stood up and ran over and cast a spell. And then Luca, have you had you made a death save since then? I think, or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Doc, take 2 turns real quick, and then we'll go to Dame.
Oh boy. Oh god,
So,
I don't know what to do.
make
on
him good.
one. Yeah, I'm sure gonna try.
I've got you circled in a different colored pin now, so hopefully
Okay.
that helps.
What's the current scene so that I just don't have to bother with like time travel?
So you have seen
We'll just say I was scared.
you've seen 4 green hags quickly scuttle and scrub up some blood and retreat into a different room that you can't see into. There is an
Okay.
enormous Annis hag standing in front of that door, but not blocking that door. Just kind of
Okay.
preventing your view inside from where you are standing right now. Luca is in a pile in front of Dame, but conscious, barely. Dame is looking hella rough and just several feet away from the Annis hag, just out of reach. Druna is behind you, casting spells at what appears to be an enormous gelatinous cube squinking its way into the room.
Okay.
Dame did
Yeah.
spend her whole turn healing, so she is not looking
Okay.
tip top.
But
Lots of
not
inspirations
bad.
coming into the
She
chat,
is
by the
not
way.
looking.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
She's not as bad as she was last turn.
Okay. I kind of look between everything, have like a split second panic attack, and I will.
Don't we all?
Yeah, I don't. It's like you don't even have time to panic. You know, like how anyone in their 20s is right now.
In the words
And
of Woody the toy, this is the perfect time to panic.
yep. You are a sad, strange little
Nice
man,
work, Steven.
and you have
we
my
were very
pity.
close.
I haven't seen that movie in 10 years.
You are a toy!
He is going to grasp the collar of his shirt with like the little moon embroidery, and I would like to cast spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon!
At 3rd level, because I'm scared.
3rd level.
Mm-hmm. So
Spiritual weapon, I don't think gets a big boost at 3rd.
yeah, it does.
Man.
Let me double check.
When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 3rd or higher, the damage
Oh, and then it
or
starts
increases by
skipping.
1d8.
Then it
Yeah.
starts skipping. Okay, I'm sorry. I knew it was something funky with that one because it's like the only spell in the game that cares
Funky.
if you skip Okay, so yes, it does.
Yeah.
Thank you. You are correct. By the way,
cool.
I'm going to ask all of you to pay attention to the chat when it's not your turns, because lots of people are trying to help you right now, and I don't want to stop the flow of the game.
Okay.
So
There's just so much
like-
shaved booty.
yes. Well, Druna got inspiration a second ago.
Supporting the stream
Doc got
and
inspiration
shaving
a second ago.
buttholes. Both
And
equally important, but one is
I-
more practical right now.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm busy trying to book an appointment to get waxed and bleached.
Yeah. That's something that's
And-
always
Damn
frightening
right.
me.
I'm not waxing and bleaching the things you think I.
But
I'm just gonna shave it while it's not my turn.
oh my
We call that
Christ.
intimate bleaching.
Spiritual weapon. Who ya
Spiritual
hitting?
weapon, and I
You need it
will
shaved,
summon
yeah?
a glowing, like kind of silvery scythe, and I would like to swing it over at Big Bad Hag.
Big bad hag. All right. Force damage.
Let me see.
Go
Well, I
ahead.
have to make the attack, silly.
Yep. Go ahead.
But I'd gladly take a free one.
You silly boy.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome, Rob. Okay, yeah, I have to make an attack, and I'm going to use one of my inspirations
Cool.
to have advantage on that.
Do it.
Yeah, darn it.
Ooh, okay.
Meow, meow, meow.
And then that's. You know what? I'll throw one of my guidances on. Why not? Okay. 16?
16 just hits.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. Thank God.
You did target the big hag, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because she seems to be doing a lot. Ooh, some Hollow Knight music just came up in my Spotify too. I'm amped up.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do.
Okay. Let's go for a black and purple. Ooh, okay. That's 14 points of force damage.
14 points of force. Got
Roll
it.
2 5, so not bad.
I'm assuming on your subsequent turn, which you are about to take, you will also be using the bonus action to repeat the attack.
Indeed.
So go ahead and do that. I got hit points for days. You can.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And I am
Okay.
happy to
There's a
take them.
cocky DM. I got
I
hit
will
points
use
for days. Go ahead.
Another inspiration, because I've been stocking these little shits up. Okay. Aw, man. Come on.
Yeah, you just looked when you were just readjusting your camera. You looked like a indie filmmaker making a documentary, just like.
Oh my god, it's George
Found
Lucas.
footage horror film.
It's like me before I get into the stream with
It's
all
George
of you.
Lucas from
It's
back
even
in the
better
day.
when Tyler Robb does it, because Tyler Robb already looks like an indie filmmaker.
You do.
Do.
You look like a friend that my brother would have had in film school. But even with advantage, I rolled a 9.
A
So that's
9.
not fun.
Yeah, not the second time, I'm afraid.
Hmm.
But you have
We'll say
two.
that that's when she was throwing Luca, and I got too nervous to try to hit.
That's fair.
Ragdoll just went flying through the air while
Yeah.
he screamed from his
Ragdoll
shoulder.
physics.
But you do have 2 actions.
I do. So I would like to, because I can't use a leveled spell, I would like to try to cast Toll the Dead on Big Hag as well.
I love you for not making me have to explain that. On your second turn, when you don't actually cast Spiritual Weapon, you can do any kind of action. But on that first turn, Toll the Dead is great.
You're right! Hey, thank you.
So what kind
Thanks,
of save?
Rob. That is 13 wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay.
She'll probably get.
Not
but-
known for her wisdom, this lady. That is a 9.
Ooh! Okay. Toll the Dead. It is.
Hi, I'm Jester.
Hi,
the
my name is
Dead.
Jester.
We're going to toll the dead.
My name is
Listen,
Jester.
I don't want to cause problem. I just want to toll the dead.
Okay. 2d12, which is nice.
And don't forget to tell me the damage type when you get there, because it matters.
Yes. That is 13 points of necrotic damage, which I'm assuming
Nice.
she's resistant to.
You think she takes all of necrotic?
Oh.
All right. So, before I keep talking, then go ahead. What's your action going to be for the second turn? The one that you actually deserve to be having right now. If I hadn't skipped you.
You're fine. Then from here, I think I would like to. This is tricky. I'm gonna cast, or at least attempt. Oh wait, that's touch. Oh no, I'm way too scared for that. Yeah, I'm not ready to do that yet.
Hey, don't you let headphones? Yeah.
How about just first level guiding bolt
Guiding bolt.
at the other hag?
All right. You could potentially move to a spot where you have a visual on her.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll scoot a little bit, but I'm not getting close to her.
Yeah. You have gotten no
Absolutely
closer.
not.
You have gotten no closer to the Anise hag. You've gotten no closer to the green hag. You now have kind of put the Well of Souls to your left and about 10 feet away to get this shot.
Okay.
But go ahead and throw me an attack. And remember, this hag has mirror image on. Does that affect your desire to hit her?
How would I go about hitting her then?
So you roll to attack. You get an armor class, and then I roll a d20. And if I roll a certain number, you could hit the real deal, or you could hit an illusion and pop an illusion.
Okay, then. Okay, instead of using a leveled spell, then I'm gonna throw a Sacred Flame at that hag.
And
instead.
Sacred Flame is a saving throw, which
Yes.
voids all mirror images and such.
Yeah, so I'll do. Yeah, it's Dex 13.
I fail.
Ooh! Yay!
Yeah.
And you're
Doc
level
and-
5, so you get more dice on your Sacred Flame.
I only get 2d8, but here's
than one.
hoping that my d8's like me. I'll shake it up and I'll roll my little vintage crystal d8.
Ooh, okay.
See if that helps Doc out a little bit.
I have no
Please,
such
I am
things.
begging. Ooh, okay, that's not bad. 8 points of radiant damage.
8 points of radiant damage. You believe she is very hurt.
Yay!
Butt kicking and clutching the rag of her own garments that has soaked up some of Dame's blood.
Just weird.
It is weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably talk about that with her sometime.
Yeah. Come into my office.
Actually,
I know.
Doc's a smart cookie.
Okay.
The
One
smartest
could
cookie.
say. God, I want cookies.
Got a cookie, but I can't put it near me because
Druna's
found
the
out-
sweetest
little
cookie.
turd.
I found out there's a
Yeah.
place in town called Insomnia Cookies.
Yeah, and they stay open
they-
really late.
Yeah, they cut you off at
Yes. It's not much insomnia then, is it?
midnight. Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Bullshit.
Still pretty late for cookies. I'd go in.
Oh, it's
I bet that's a
very late
really
for
chill
cookies.
job.
I feel like they
Yeah.
should go until 2.
It's
So-
9:00 at night, and I've got another round of cookies coming out.
Nice. I mean, I don't know if I told you, I mean raw.
It's 11:30 p.m.
Yeah,
I'm
that's the way to
raw.
do it.
Waffle House isn't the only
I'm raw
option.
dogging some cookie
I'm raw
dough.
dogging some Lisa Frank cookies.
This is not going to be terribly easy because there's not a lot of context for it, but why don't you roll just an intelligence check?
Okay.
Remember, you're wearing the crown right now, aren't you?
Am I?
Who's wearing the crown?
Oh wait, Dame, did you give me the crown or did you keep it on?
I thought Dame actually still had it.
Yeah, I think Dame still has
okay.
the crown.
I
don't
intended
have
to hand
anything.
it over, but it hasn't happened yet.
We got busy.
Okay.
So just
I was going to say you would
intelligent-
add a d4 to it, but if you don't have the crown, then you don't.
That's okay. I will try anyway.
We will fix this momentarily.
Yeah, let's attempt
Sure.
this first. So just a standard intelligence check.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. 19.
Okay. So I'm going to recall to mind a scrap of paper that you have in your pocket right now. That you found up in the lab. Pixie dust unfairly got, blood from those that bravely fought, strength from stone and flaming hot, air and sea with danger fraught, souls of the damned, quite a lot, boiled together in a pot, bind and beckon, peridot. Of the members of your party, there is no question who the bravest is, and for whatever they are trying to do, Ola has collected blood from someone who has bravely fought.
Roger.
You son of a bitch!
Dun,
I know what you're trying to do. That's not cool, man.
Thunder.
Bring it on.
You can talk before we move on to Scrub's turn.
Okay. Then after that sacred flame, he'll like Jimmy Neutron brain blast for a moment. And-
It's like that scene from A Beautiful Mind.
Wow, that
Yeah.
makes me mad.
There's
What do you
the
say there,
equation,
Jimbo?
And he
It's
will-
Ultra Lord!
Ultra Lord! Oh my
I
god, I need to
beat
cosplay
In the
Sheen.
shower. That's
He-
my
what
favorite
was
line.
it? He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this will be my last one. Okay, maybe one more."
Carl
Yeah, I don't know, Jimmy.
Jimmy's bar.
Guys, this is real Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know what you expected when you came here, but this is what the game is all
it's real
about.
if I don't even know what
Yeah.
turn we're on. This is the best.
Dracula.
Clearly, I haven't either.
Sprinkle the witch
Oh my god, I miss Jimmy Neutron. Okay, but after that,
Lord.
he's
Stop.
gonna look to Dame, and he's gonna shout, Dame! Don't let her get that blood! And that's about all he can get out, and he's stressed as hell, and that's my turn.
Dame just like and coughs more blood.
Hey, no, keep that in you!
Stop bleeding. So I will say, the only other thing that chat will not realize, because chat has not had this this little poem slapped in front of them, is the capitalization of peridot, as though it were a proper noun. That said, it is Scrub's turn. Scrub dashes, moving double his movement to get closer to the party, and moves a mighty total of 30 feet.
Wow!
Who's Scrub?
Scrub is the gelatinous cube.
Does
Oh,
that mean I can name my pinup Scrub?
Wait,
Sure.
Scrub moved 30
I did a
feet?
sexy scrub.
Yes, with a dash action, moving double his normal 15-foot movement.
Oh, fuck, we got
So
stop that.
all Scrub is doing with his turn is moving. And he ends up still 10 feet away from the closest party member, which is Druna.
Rolling around at the speed of
But
sound.
man,
Got
Scrub is
places to go, girl.
Scrub is living that Vin Diesel Fast and Furious life as far as Scrub is concerned.
It's about drive. It's about power.
We develop.
Yeah, there might be 4 drow in this.
Yep. It's singing Daft Punk to itself, but it's just instead of harder, better, faster, stronger, it's just faster, 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 faster.
Work it faster, make it faster, do it faster.
It like jumps up and it jumps up and it's just like, can I join the family? Like,
You're too slow.
Hey guys, I just came over to talk about tech deck. I'm not into all that like witchcraft stuff. That's not me. It's the little skateboards. Yeah.
Sexy. You showing off your little clean butthole? Yeah, because you groom.
That's right.
Yes.
JJ,
Clean,
KJ would be
hairless
proud.
buttholes.
I am proud.
If
Take
KJ
care
were
of
only
your
here,
buttholes.
it
I don't want to see anybody else's butthole.
Dame's turn.
Wow. Wow. Wowie, wow, you guys. Seriously.
Wow.
I have
I've
no
got-
idea what to even say at the moment, but as a bonus action, I will separate myself. Oh, wait, sorry. Actually, I forgot the one part I wanted to do. Make them not freak out. And then I will separate myself from Dame and then move at Hula. No, what's her damn name? Nura.
Nura, yes.
And touch a scorn her twice.
Excellent.
is the
So,
plan.
a 7-foot-tall, glowing crimson, semi-transparent man extricates himself from Dame's armored form and drifts around her to attack on her behalf. Yeah, everyone is welcome to react that after this as they would please. But let's get some damage on this bitch real quick.
Well, let's find out if I even do. So that's
Yes.
going to be an 18 to hit.
Yes.
Oh, that hits?
Yes.
Thank God. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Since just to help us metagame a little bit, the armor class of Ola, the Green
Oh,
Hag
that definitely
sister,
hits.
is 17. The big Anis Hag Nura is 16.
Mm.
So 2 damage times. Here we go. Let's see.
I just keep visualizing Davy Jones from SpongeBob.
I thought you were going to
Yes.
say from Pirates of the Caribbean, but no, from SpongeBob.
The green one.
Davy
12 points.
Lugger.
12 points?
I love him.
12 points of necrotic and another 10 points of necrotic.
22.
Nice.
Shit. Okay.
And my bonus was to get out of his body. So yeah.
All right. So
I will get there, swipe at them, and then look back at Dame, waiting for Dame to say something.
So you do this, you pop out and you fly up, because walking is for chumps, and you grab onto the back of this enormous head and the extremely wide jaw and try and just snap this thing's neck with your bare hands.
Oh my god.
The neck muscles in this thing are prodigious. You twist the head around, not enough to break it, but you see as your hands slide across the skin, you are burning and melting away more of the skin from her face. She's just becoming more and more skeletal from the scapula up.
My scapula.
Very well done. She does not look well. She does not look well. Very nice. All right, and then as you do so, you quickly
Well, that
throw a
leaves
glance.
Dame standing there.
Yeah, you chance a glance over your shoulder to see what Dame does, and let's find out what she is doing now. As Steve pilots his character for the first time in 3 weeks.
It will not end well, I assure you. Luca is still down, right?
Luca is
Rovahn, you-
on the floor, but with
Wait.
1 hit point
With one
and
hit
some
point.
temporary hit points.
With 6 points.
Which, by the way, Doc, D6 yourself.
D6 myself.
You technically kind of
Well,
have
no, but
advantage
not-
on it because it could have happened twice.
Ah,
So take the better
yeah.
of the two.
I mean, I think 11 is the highest I can get,
Yeah,
but
we'll see if you get 11 then.
just for fun. That's a 5.
So that would be a
That's
10.
a 2, so no.
So 10 it is. Almost as high as you could possibly go.
Yeah. Well, I still have the 11 because I haven't gotten hit yet.
Well, remember they don't add on to one another.
I know it's not adding.
Oh,
It's the
sorry,
same
because you
highest
had
number that I had.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
you had 11 before. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I haven't
misunderstood.
been hit yet.
I misunderstood
That's
how that was
becoming an
relevant. I
issue.
thought that was just a brag.
No.
I'm sorry. Good on you, Steve.
Thank you.
I would like
But
to look back.
my visage looks back at Dame as if Dame cast me.
I would like to cast a quick backward glance over my shoulder at the doctor. And what is the doctor's reaction? Like that? Like that. Got
Because
it.
the doctor
Yeah.
you've all
Like-
technically seen this entity before.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
can't
But
tell if it's
briefly.
a mix of like shocked, afraid, maybe a little pissed, but a little of all of it.
Okay.
No, I imagine Luca's reaction would be like the freaking Wolf of Wall Street. Hey,
No, Luca's like laying
Docs
in
is
the
more
floor.
like Spider-Man meme. Like,
Luca's like laying in the floor, still like completely not moving his body, head turned this way. It's just like, snap.
oh, that's just crazy.
Shit, dog.
I wish I had time to
God,
think
then.
about it.
It's like that Snoop
Ladies
Dogg
and gentlemen, the
video.
award for playing Half Dead.
Whee!
It's like that.
That
it's
is
like
brilliant.
That Snoop Dogg video of just like,
That's
oh, is that a
freaking
mongoose?
brilliant.
I cast a
She
backward
goes,
glance at the doctor making this face at me, and I say, "A lack of composure does not become you, doctor. Now is not the time. Can you tend to the boy?"
He'll almost like immediately go like, yes, of course.
Good. I'm following his lead, and I grab the spear from off my back, and I charge in to the towards the Annis hag,
Yes.
and I'll shout. I was like,
Nura.
as I do, I shout to the others, "He's with us! We're taking her down!"
Oh my gosh.
Brilliant.
Hot.
I got little chills right there.
Imagine
So-
being
About to
that
get
hot
real serious.
and
I imagine.
You
knowing
have-
what to do with yourself.
I'm
Crazy.
You-
saying, I'm super saying that was great.
You instantly, because it hadn't happened before now, because Rovahn was in you, attuned to the spear and can use it as intended.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Which
For the
I have
chat,
my notes here.
Rovahn has 3
Yeah.
curses on him, which have not been discussed before. Each hag
Well, you
placed
take
one.
him away now.
No, well, I'm not giving them entirely away, but I'm going to say that there's a reason why I've been a dick to him about using his spear.
I'm gonna trust in the power of the Misty Mountain D20s, despite their ever-present betrayal of me. I'm
On
going
Misty
to use...
Mountain, this will be bad for your PR.
Hold on, Steven. Roll with the blue steel.
I got the blue steel.
Roll
And
that one. He said
To
it.
hedge my bets, I've got a copper
No, I
D20.
said you have
that
to
my
do the
boss
look.
gave me
You have to
once.
do
You
the
have
look.
to do the look.
Oh,
You have to do the... Oh, he's going off camera. Hold on. He has to prepare.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, don't
for
turn.
the first time.
If you turn left, it's
Stephen
Magnum.
Franklin
This is so much.
preparing to give us blue steel.
Oh my god.
This is so much less dramatic because of the chorus.
What a
line in my
waste of time.
Oh,
And we got butt
I can't
crack.
turn left, so
Yes, that's right.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That
Just
vacant
click that up.
expression.
That is beautiful.
Amazing.
There's like no emotion behind the eyes.
Now roll a
It
1.
makes it really special.
no. The trick is to try to make your eyebrows look like it's a question. Hold up. All right, here we go. First attack
You're
with the
rolling
spear.
with advantage?
with advantage because of inspiration.
Okay.
Is the Annis hag
Hate this.
fairy fired?
No, only the cube is fairy fired. Anyone attacking the cube gets advantage.
You know how last time was double 4s?
Mm-hmm.
Double 15s, 21.
Ooh, well, as previously established, that is a hit.
Holy.
All right, we get a
Crap, that
D4
means all my rolls are going to be terrible.
because it's
Now
the
that you're
blood spear.
separated.
Yep.
We get a D10 because I haven't equipped my shield.
Yep.
There you go.
Well, spear is a smaller damage die than the
Aw.
warhammer. It's a D6 or a D8.
But the
Yeah.
flavor.
But it is a... Did I say it was a +1 spear?
It's a +1 spear,
So, yeah.
so 22.
Flavor.
Blue steel.
Go
Still
Blue
a higher
Steel.
damage potential.
And no smites on this one because, whatever. All right, unfortunately, that's just a 6.
A
Perfectly
6.
median damage.
What was the necrotic?
Oh, it's necrotic damage? 2 was the necrotic.
Okay. So, the last time you were smiting, so this time you are striking with a magical weapon, and lucky you, because magical weapons are the way to hurt Nura. You heal 2 points of damage when you strike with the spear.
Okay.
The same amount that you roll on a d4, you heal if you can regain that many hit points.
Oh yeah, of course I can.
Oh, you get some, maybe a boost in temporary at the end of your turn.
Yeah, I'll see.
Maybe.
But I get to make another attack also.
Yes.
Oh, wait, no, you got the shit beat out of you. You'll just get fresh ones.
And so remember, you heal whatever you roll on that d4.
Okay. Well, if I hit, I don't have advantage anymore, so...
Someone buy this fool advantage.
You'll be fine.
Did you crit?
It finally happened!
Oh my gosh.
Very nice.
Blue steel.
The blue steel.
Blue steel.
Oh, blue steel.
I think we just had to get you attuned to them, and now they're working.
Yeah.
You ever think that maybe there is more to life than being really, really ridiculously good looking?
Good looking.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god! I can't
Of course
believe it.
not.
This is
so
so
cursed.
unreal to believe.
A D8. A D8.
Oh
A
my god.
D8.
A D8. Because we are using a
Another
second level divine
D8.
smite.
Oh, a second level divine smite. Oh, wow.
So
A
many
D8.
dates.
Might as well throw it on the pile.
Wow.
I wanted a date salad.
All of the Robs be impressed that he's using a second level divine smite. Oh.
Oh.
Oh wait, all of us.
Oh, hold on. I need another D8.
Another D8. And you get
Another date.
you get your inspiration reimbursed by your party here. Rob gave you some.
Oh,
This might as well be Tinder.
Yes.
He's got dates lined up.
all right.
I could use one of those.
The spear is going to deal 2d8 for the crit, and the divine smite is going to deal 6d8 for the crit. So that's 8d8
6d8?
And 2d4.
and 2d4.
Oh my god.
And you're going to heal for 2d4.
I really like watching Jane's head explode. It's
I
really amazing.
know.
Dude,
It's
whenever
nice
someone
that it's
does-
not my head this time.
It's so wonderful when someone does like insane amounts
Rob,
of damage.
your head is exploding.
There's just something in my little goblin magpie brain that says the higher the numbers, the more insane I need to get.
Okay, I'm going to say the metal dice are the non-radiant damage dealt by the spear.
It's all going to be groovy right now because magical
gonna be
weapon
groovy,
and
okay.
radiant. So
Okay, we're going to do a quick calculator, so I don't have to do head math and make everyone on the stream wait.
go ahead and figure out what you
Well,
have to
we're
heal
just
yourself
waiting for
for.
you to
By the
type
way,
it
Heal by 7.
okay,
7! Way to go.
that's good.
Okay.
It's a good spear. Rovahn has good shit, y'all.
Pretty great spear.
Line goes
told
up,
you I was
Goblin Jane.
cool. Just decades before you.
Yeah.
Sprinkle Lich King says, "What is this? A D8 for ants?" I love it. Center for kids who can't read good and want to know how to do other stuff good too. I watched that this week. I went back and watched it.
Nice.
All right, math boy, let's go.
My calculator's busted.
I
Shoot.
just wanted to point out he confessed
Fine,
to
I'm gonna do
watching
this the hard way.
Zoolander again.
I like that. Okay, 2 I didn't like so much. But Zoolander and Anchorman are 2 of my favorite movies. Anchorman is probably one of my favorite movies ever.
Oh yeah, Anchorman is hilarious.
Sam thinks my impression is good. Thank you.
44 points of damage.
Your
on the
impression is
first attack.
fantastic.
How much?
Or 44. No, that's the second attack, isn't it? I don't remember what it is. Is this the first or second attack? It's 44 damage.
It's the second attack.
Okay, 44.
Okay. So a question about that damage.
Uh-huh.
How do you want to do this?
Nice. Yes.
He says, chugging.
Okay, we got the Spear of Rovahn, right?
Well, you do, yeah.
Okay. We're just going to, like, flip it over and, like, level it, like, 300 style or whatever, and then just charge her.
This is fucking Sparta.
Yep. and I'm
God,
just
you
gonna take the
did.
spear and drive it into her neck, and like because I'm assuming she's like down on all fours to fit in here or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna push it into her neck and then just keep driving her into the next room until I have to stop moving or hit a wall.
You shall not pass.
Or your
is the
movement
line
ends.
I'm in.
God.
I think
That doesn't apply
yeah.
here, Eric. She's gone.
And when I do, I'll just do a very anime yell and twist the spear and pump a bunch of the radiant damage.
I like where he's going with this. I want him to go into the other hag, and then I can really fucking turn it on.
Let's see the flavorful fact that you did all that right after yelling orders to your team and taking control. Holy shit.
Mhm.
God,
Jane
I'm
are
rock
non-red.
solid.
Alpha up,
Rob's-
man. Alpha up.
Rob's pants are a little tighter right now.
I am Rob solid right now.
There's so much Rob going on, I can't handle it.
Guys, I never get to do the cool stuff. I just get to be present for it. This is fun.
But when you do,
Hello, Leela. What do
Oh
you
my
say? You
God,
and I
did you
knock some
dial it
very
up?
sensual boots.
Fucking thank you. Leela,
Steer
it's
us through
real
that
velour.
blackish holish thing, sir. That's a black hole. Whatever, just do what I say.
Oh my
Hold
God.
up. We
So-
have boots. Yeah, we haven't incorporated the boots yet. Yeah, so I will put my heel into its head and then pull out the spear once I'm done.
Healed boots.
Dr.
so
Iris,
gross.
you seem very confused and aroused.
just gonna go sit down.
All right.
If alert the men, I
Right.
had sex with another person this time.
I'm done. We're good.
Still laying.
Oh my
I suffer
God.
from a very sexy learning disorder. What do we call it again, Kif?
Sexlexia.
Yes.
I was just gonna say
God.
ADHD.
Yeah.
The sexiest learning disorder.
I am scaroused. Yes. Thank you, Sprinkle. Okay. So,
Whoa, you guys are getting carried away here. Let's calm
Hey,
down.
guys, we need to reel it back in a little bit, okay?
Let's reel
Come
it
on,
back
guys.
in.
Guys.
Jane,
No,
I've
I
rarely
can't
hated
stand
you more
Let's go.
than when you do that. So, Dame goes charging in with Rovahnn's spear, the blade already stained crimson from centuries-old blood of so many that Rovahn has slain, charges through the room, and this massive beast, easily 2 to 3 times the size of Dame, carries through, shoulder down, just runs with the spear, piercing through this creature's neck, and winds up just pinning her to the inside of the door, knocking it slightly off its hinges, and her corpse is hanging with its still somewhat in an upright position, because until Dame removes that spear, its head can't fall. You are
Because
now...
she's built like a steakhouse and handles like a bistro. Sorry, it was a chat I had to.
I
I'm
well
sorry.
know that scene, sir. That is from the beginning of Amazon Women in the Mood, one of my favorite Futurama episodes ever.
My mentor
Where
was in
Bliss
that
gets
one.
her screen name, Death by Snoo Snoo. We're gonna have to talk about your mentor tomorrow.
My mentor was in that movie. He was a salesman on the moon.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
My friend Terry, who got me into he got me into acting, and he was the voice in Star Wars that said, "These aren't the droids we're looking for. Move along."
Oh, you mentioned that on your
Whoa.
Yeah, and he was also the voice of Launchpad McQuack in DuckTales.
Nice.
Gosh.
Yeah, he had some pretty epic stuff. And Amazon Women on the Moon, I'll never forget seeing him in that and laughing my ass off. That was so good.
Oh, Sam, let's join the Discord and let's fucking talk, because I'm not exaggerating at all when I say this, I literally fell asleep to Futurama every night for 5 years. I love that show. And I didn't always fall asleep on the first episode,
loves the
okay?
show.
Oh man, my friends know. This is completely unrelated. I'll derail us for a second. My second ever cosplay was Zap Brannigan.
Nice.
I had a red velour
Nice.
miniskirt. I went to a salon to bleach my hair, and they said, "So you want to be blonde?" I said, "No, I want to be yellow."
My God, you actually.
And
Leela,
I was
look,
clean
it's
shaven.
velour.
Maybe that's our next follower goal. Is I will release the picture of me as Zap Brand.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
God,
Are you shirt
I'll make
cocking it?
3 other accounts right now.
I wore
Release a
tights.
picture
I
of
will
you
say
as
I
Zap
wore
Brand
tights.
for free.
I wore
Nice.
So
nude
it was
tights.
tights. It
Do
was
it.
tights and the coat.
Oh, just the
hell
yeah.
yeah.
It was.
I
it
mean,
was,
it's almost shirt cocking it. Look,
Yeah.
look, Kif. It's velour.
Chat, I will release the picture of Rob as Zap Brannigan right now.
Yeah.
If you meet his follower goal, he'll have to redo it.
Yes.
I do not
Oh,
fit in
there you go.
that outfit anymore. But we will
The
see.
red
We
robe
will
from
see.
that one where he's trying to seduce Leela.
It's an actual Futurama
Hello,
sleep is an actual thing.
Leela.
There's a huge amount of folks who all fall asleep to Futurama. Yeah. The thing is, I watch it at nighttime because I know the episode so well that I'm pleased by them, but I don't have to like stay up and like wonder what's about to happen next because I fucking know, and I can close my eyes because I know what's on the screen when I hear the sound. You don't want to hear any of this. This is is this? I want to say that I get this because it's the first time that I've derailed us.
Shut up, baby, I know it.
They're coming back with more Futurama, by the way. Hulu has confirmed they're funding another season.
Oh yes, yes.
I'm
yes.
so excited. They ended it. I thought they ended the season so cleanly, but I'm ready for more.
Hey guys, I just killed a thing, and I'm ripping my spear out of it so that its head will fall.
Nice.
Cool. So now that is going to be to carry you into the next room to do all of that. I'm going to say that's your movement. That's the end of the turn.
Chaos
Don't
rank.
do that. Someone's going to gift that, especially with your
Let
tongue
chaos
hanging out.
What? Eric did it.
And and we're gonna move on to Ola. Ola is going to retreat farther into the chapel. There's a door on the southern wall deeper in that Rovahn, being able to see through there now, you know that there's a kind of a hallway that goes all the way around this place. She's going into the eastern hall. She opens the door, goes through it, shuts it behind her, and whatever else she does is invisible to you. That is all that Ola is going to do. It is Nura's turn. Nura's dead. So, we're going to tick off a mark
Good.
of DM's accomplice right now.
Aw, damn it. Son of a
Oh
bitch.
my god, come on.
And we're going to use that mythic phase.
Oh my god.
And she's going to rise
Bad
up
bitch.
as though puppeted by some exterior force, and she is going to take a couple of swings at Dame, who is right in front of her.
I'm gonna use my reaction to use my shield just to take off a few
Hey,
points
nice.
for you.
You do that. Sadly,
Take off
in
3
her...
points.
Oh, I forgot to. Did I remember to swing with spiritual weapon? Wait, yeah, I did.
You did. You
Right?
did.
Okay.
So, the puppeted version of Nura cannot attack like real Nura can. So I got 2 attacks coming your way.
Okay.
It's a 19,
That will hit.
okay, and a less than that, 15.
Will not hit.
Okay. Those are good rolls. 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
3.
And you
take
see
3 off
her-
of that.
Yep, her eyes are like rolling in different directions from one another. She's swinging
Ew.
from the shoulders. She's got no like musculature going towards you, but just flailing randomly, and you're the closest thing to her. But she's still acting. Though dead.
No dead.
Though dead.
She no dead.
That said, your estimation of... I'll just be reasonably transparent as it's, nearing our normal stopping time. She don't have near the hit points she did. That will bring us to Luca.
Luca's still laying on the ground, and as Dame like ran over and like stabbed the spear into this, once again you just hear him go like, "Oh shit!" Like he's still just laying there.
Can I just actually say this is my third paladin? I don't think I've ever crit and had a smite in the tank with a paladin, so this is fun.
All right.
That's so goated.
She had 16 hit points left when you did that, and that was just so like.
It's about the feeling.
Good
I
job.
got a
It's about
feeling.
power.
Sometimes you just need to gore the body.
Oh my god.
Girls' night.
Girly
You-
things.
She said gore, not vor. Gore the body.
My first paladin was named Gore, actually, so it's very on brand.
It was.
Okay, this is going to be a classic Luca stupid thing to do.
Oh, can't wait.
Oh, good. We haven't
Yeah.
had enough of that this campaign.
Oh boy.
How
Yay.
far away is the well?
From you, it's like 15 feet behind you.
Oh, perfect. Okay, he uses half his movement to get up, and the other half get up to the well. I'm going to, on this round, basically he's got his in his head. I'll go ahead and tell you now because I'm not going to get through all of it. But he's got in his mind this thought of like, give like a modern reference. He's like, I'm going to be like Aragorn and get all the souls to help us. So I'm going to identify
my
on
God.
the well. I'm going to cast identify on the well and see if he can figure out anything about this thing, about how to break it, about how to do anything about it. You know, like.
Well, just from Rob's reaction, I can tell this is
Oh, which Rob?
He's got 6 hit points. He's been down
So many
twice
Robs.
in 10 minutes. Like,
All right.
I summon you to fulfill your oaths!
Yeah, he's in and out of consciousness.
he's like on his shoulder, like tugging on the back of his collar, like, oh no, no, no. And it's like, you're not in charge. Like,
So, identify gives you the magical properties of the thing that you cast it on, right?
mhm.
All right, and you're not casting it as a ritual. You're burning a spell slot, and you're doing it now. And it takes an action.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll
just
make sure again, but I'm pretty sure it's an action.
I'm sure. Without being sure, I'm sure it is.
Or it just says instantaneous. It doesn't tell me if it's an action.
Well, that's the
Or
duration.
not.
Yeah, you gotta
we'll
look
find
quick.
out real quick.
Hey, I got you, Rob. I got you.
1 minute.
Ooh.
That's like 10
Ew.
rounds.
I was
Yeah.
very ready to tell you something, but identify does take longer than that to cast, and I don't want to be tweeted about it by other people in the chat who care about D&D.
Well, then fine. I'm going to switch my first level spell from that, and I'm just going to straight chromatic orb on it and see if I can blow it up.
Into the
Nice.
well?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Into the well with you.
That is
Super
well, for a
dead.
well, it might not be too bad.
Fucking weird idea, but let's do it. Okay, that's to hit? Yeah, absolutely it hits.
It's gonna be just like fire damage.
you're hucking a grenade into a hole. Yeah, you succeed.
Need on my 8s. 8s. I rolled almost maximum damage. Okay, that is. Wait, I just rolled d6s. I'm stupid. Should have kept it. Probably not gonna roll as good, but that's okay.
Oh.
Actually, no. I got 17 points of damage because I got 2 5s and a 7.
Hey.
17 points of damage. And what type of damage?
Fire.
Fire?
Just like, like coming straight down, like he's trying to break it or do something. Like,
Okay. You do this, and for a moment, everyone sees a pillar of fire erupting from the chasm behind all of you. The hue of the room changes from dull green to a vibrant orange as the red and the green kind of dull together. And it is over in a flash. There is not a visual difference, but Discord is probably going to clip this out, but Twitch may not. You hear a
I don't hear nothing.
Yeah,
Didn't
I
hear
can't hear it.
Sorry. Hopefully Twitch caught something. You hear a quieter than you would think, a wail, a rasping cry from down below. Not of pain, necessarily. Not of anguish, not of delight, but of perhaps feeling something for the first time in ages and not knowing what to do with it. You notice trailing up through the smoke of the flame of the chromatic ore that you've cast down there are vaguely human shapes drifting up towards the ceiling along with the wisps of smoke.
I was gonna watch them go up and just be like, what? I'm trying to help you. How do I set you free? Like, see if anything's gonna answer him back.
With arson.
I'm getting like Scooby Doo Spooky Island vibe.
Yeah.
And at this point,
With
everybody else
arson.
everybody else just hears Phoebe just kind of go like, ah, and she just like flies away a little
The
distance.
flames shall.
Okay, he did it all with a flashlight and 2 Q-tips.
MacGyver, is that you?
It's him over there. To go back to our jokes we made after the stream on Friday, it's like Ghost Hunters. He whips out like the little headlamp, and he's just like, like.
And I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
All right. That is going to bring us down to Druna and then Doc, in case I frickin' forget. Druna, you're not far away from a cube now.
Yeah. So, because one sister's hiding and the other one's dead, and the third one's also dead, I think.
You haven't seen the third one yet.
Okay, great. Amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and cast a barrier between me and the cube. Because there's no other target right now that I feel like I can attack.
Okay.
But unfortunately I have to drop my concentration for my bark skin, so I feel like that was kind of useless. But it's fine.
It's okay.
It's fine. Fine. I'm going to cast Wind Wall, and I'm actually going to try to kind of do it almost under the cube.
Okay, let me check wind wall real quick. Strength saving throw.
No, I just saw that.
Bludgeoning damage, strong wind, smoke, gases.
Thank you, Harbinger Viking, for the subs. Hell yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah, the
good.
5 gifts.
Thank
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you so
Wow.
much.
Wee.
This late in the game, still getting some support. Thank you very much.
I've been so wrapped up in what's going on with the fight, I haven't been paying much attention to chat. Thanks, guys.
That's been blowing up. Oh, hey,
That's
Sam.
an urge to gore the body.
Sam got a sub out of that.
Yeah.
Awesome. So did Iski. Yay, some of the new guys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Thanks, Viking. Not the Viking of voice, the Harbinger Viking.
Goal.
Okay.
Four.
Smaller creatures can't pass through. Okay, so it's just gonna hurt. It is definitely going to hurt.
Well, I wanna try to see if I can chop off the back half of them.
Well, let's find out.
Oh my god.
All right. We previously determined your DC was a 14, and I got an 11 plus 2, a 13. So I'm about to take 3d8 points of bludgeoning damage. Probably, it may happen again on my turn. Let's double check. When the wall appears... Yeah, okay.
Seven. 3.
Creatures in gaseous form can't pass
8.
What were the numbers? 7, 3, 8?
Yep.
18 points of bludgeoning damage to the gelatinous cube.
Nice.
All right, gelatinous cubes take all kinds of damage, unlike Annis Hags, so it's going to take all of that. Poor Scrub. Scrub just wanted to clean you guys up.
I'm sorry, Scrub. Out of character, I love you so much.
He's just a big jelly Roomba.
I know, and I love them.
my god.
They're the best.
All right. That is a hefty blow to their monstrous Roomba. Well done. And that's I'm gonna have that slow him down a bit when it's his turn, which is terrible because he's already hella slow. Where do you want?
Trying.
Do you want to stay where you are, move away, still be there? What do you want?
I guess I'll move closer to the rest of the party.
All right. You were all, by the way, backing away from various things. You were all kind of moving in Luca's direction towards the well, just so you all know. 75 for rainbow tiefling. Oh, the rainbow tiefling thing. Haha. Yeah, I need to put some thought into that and set the hard numbers, because that actually sounds a lot more fun than having dice in my beard. Okay, perfect. Well done, Druna. Nice hit. Down to... Oh, and roll a d6 if you have taken any damage since last turn.
Yeah.
And we'll move on to... I don't think you have either.
I haven't.
Go to Doc.
Nope. You're straight chilling. Okay.
I'm pretty much picking on Doc and... Dame and Luca right now, haven't I been?
Right?
They're just the ones getting into shit.
How much farther would I need to go for me to keep eyes on Ola?
Well, they are in a different room than you and have left that room.
Ah, jeez.
So you would need to run through the chapel, which has been converted into a hag's bedroom. Let's not talk about how that's decorated. And then move into the subsequent
He's
hall.
sick as hell. Brick. Yeah.
It's really gross.
It's pretty gross.
Oh, gross.
There's like markers on the
Disgusting.
wall.
If you dashed, you could be through that door, whatever is on the other side of it.
I want to, but I don't want to stray from the party. Cleric is hard.
After seeing Dame do that, or just in general?
Just in general. Just want to leave everybody.
Hey, that's what Luca and Dame do, and they're looking like heroes right now.
Would you say...
Oh, Luca's been laying in the floor for the past several minutes. So I'm like, oh, shit, dog.
Would you say she is within 120 feet of us?
Ola?
Yeah.
Based on how you know her to move, probably. You can't see to confirm it, because there's walls. You don't know her to be fast enough to get that far away.
Well then, I'm gonna use a guiding bolt. And I'm gonna have it chase after her. Because it just says I can make a streak toward a creature of my choice within range. Doesn't say I have to see her.
That is funky. I believe you, but I'm looking it up
I
because...
didn't know that either until I was reading it.
Okay,
I was just looking for something with range.
That seems like an oversight. Well, she has... So she has full cover. So let me look at full cover rules real quick.
Okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
Full cover.
Yeah, I
then, right?
didn't know this either.
Full cover... A target with total cover can't be targeted directly by an attack or a spell, although some spells can reach such a target, including it in an area of effect.
Ooh.
So left the door open on that one.
My ruling on that would be you can still cast the guiding bolt because it says you can, but it's certainly going to hit something between you and her. It's going to blow open the door or something.
Ooh.
Ew.
Ew.
There is still the gelatinous cube, which you already have advantage to attack.
I know, but he doesn't have blood.
There is the puppet that also doesn't have blood.
I know, but I have my spiritual weapon for that.
Ah, that's true. You still have a spiritual weapon.
I wanted to go get the blood girl.
You can do that. The best way to do is run.
A lot.
How about you run and then?
You know
guide
what?
him?
Wait.
Wait,
I
just
haven't
run and
taken
then
any
guide him.
damage. I'm gonna fucking run. I'm just gonna start running. I'm worried.
Perfect. Okay.
Oh hell yeah! Thank you for Iris Issy. Inspiration. I'm so frazzled.
I'm going to say that given the way that Dame handled this puppet creature, and the fact that it damaged the doorway earlier in the session, there is a way for you to run through the chapel without taking an op attack. You charge through, try not to think about the things that are playing at the periphery of your vision, make it to the door to the eastern hall, and throw it open, and you see an empty hall ahead of you that passes on 40, 60 feet, somewhere in there. Before hanging a right, there are 2 doors on your left, and then they're, about halfway down the hallway in front of you. You already know this hag to be capable of casting illusions and turning herself invisible. She has proven both already.
But
You also know her to be hella hurt.
But is she now not within cover?
I don't think
Perhaps
you can see
not,
her
unless
yet.
she made it.
I don't have to see her.
Unless she made it inside one of those rooms.
Decisions.
You're really gonna make me use a spell I didn't want to, aren't you?
Rob is really thinking about this one.
I hate that Guiding Bolt is worded that way. That's never come up in 8 years of running this game.
He
You don't
gets
even mean my
6
brother.
DMAs and suddenly he thinks he can just do anything. I'm
DM-Aid is my new favorite beverage. Replaces lemonades. You just squeeze the DMs and the juice comes right
Frick
out.
it! I'll use C invisibility.
Okay.
My last 2nd level, you asshole.
You can cast Guiding Bolt if you want to.
You son of a bitch!
No, I want to be sure it hits.
How
How dare you make me do this? I decided on my own.
My den
It's
mother
not a
told me to go
tumor.
kill things.
Are you... Is Jane sure? Would you rather just cast the spell? Now that you have told me how it works?
You know what? Fine. I'm gonna cast the spell. I'm so stressed out.
All right.
I don't know Calm, and I never have.
I want to cast a spell.
All right.
Hey, Peter. I want to
Hey,
cast a
Peter!
spell.
I'm casting a spell!
I'm casting
Oh my god!
So the good news,
Guiding Bolt.
Are you
Peter.
casting
it's
a
a
spell?
fairly narrow hallway in front of you.
You're
You're trying to
casting
hit a
spell,
fairly
aren't you?
large
Hey,
creature.
now.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Go.
And I'm gonna use that inspiration that somebody bought me because I was stressed out. Thank you. Thank you, chat, for putting a band-aid on my brain.
Oh, you're casting a spell? Is that what you're doing? Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
come on, Absinthe, roll something hot. Please roll something hot.
Oh, give me some sugar.
We've already
baby.
determined the armor class of this
Hot.
creature is 17.
Watch Jane's face.
She doesn't look too happy.
Can I use more than one inspiration?
Do you
Can
have
I
more
just
than
really
one?
go to fucking town?
She's not into panic mode.
I have so many.
I've got so many DM's accomplices, I don't care. Go ahead.
Oh my.
If you've got them, burn them.
I'm gonna freaking burn it. I want to kill something right now. Oh my god, I'm not using Absinthe right now. This sucks. You know, I'm gonna use another. I really hate myself.
Now you're
Chat,
getting the
is
Rob
this just-
experience, baby!
Is this just my hubris? Probably.
Chat, thank you for providing Jane with so many opportunities to not
The
roll
fuck
like
up. Okay, I'm gonna use a different dice and just see what happens. Come on.
That's what happens when you don't roll Misty Mountain Gaming
Fuck.
dice.
Oh my god, thank fuck. It's
There's something very unhinged about that coming out of Jane
Somebody
right now.
please,
I'm
thanks, bud.
sorry. That's 21.
21 will hit.
Do anyone?
Roll your damage.
Oh my! If I don't roll at least 2 6s in these d6s,
Go ahead. Roll
I'm
your damage.
gonna have an aneurysm. I have never been under this much stress before, and I did it to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you've said that, you're gonna get ones.
I could have avoided all of this. Hey, Eric, throw me like a spiritual bone on these d6s. Or you know what? I'm gonna take out one of these and use my Xanax and lean because I wish I had that right now.
Share your energy with me.
I wish I
Okay,
had
I got 2
spiritual bone to
6s,
throw.
3 6s. Let's fucking go. Okay.
Thanks, Eric.
28 points of radiant damage
28 points of radiant damage. So,
into vague area.
so 10 feet ahead of you is the hag. Having cast invisibility on herself, that is as far as she could move.
Oh, honey.
And she had 6 hit points left.
Oh.
After all that Dame did to her earlier.
Wait, does that mean it hits or misses? I don't know anymore.
So,
Yeah, to get to the point.
So, how do you finish her off?
Don't surrender gelatinous
I think based on this wild mental journey I've had, thinking of what Dame told him to do, and stealing with like a little bit of resolve, and maybe just a twitch of like fury for just a moment in his eyes, considering it was her blood. He's going to mutter in Undercommon, the Dark Dancer, be with me. And he's going to throw out just this huge, unnecessarily bright guiding bolt into just hoping to take up the stretch of the hallway. And hope to turn to ashes whatever he can.
Brilliant. All right. Well, your oversized...
Maybe his eye twitches.
Your oversized key blast travels down the hallway
Key
and almost immediately impacts and cascades around and silhouettes the form of Ola Lickgristle, cleaning like the flesh from some of her bones and some of this burlap attire off of her shoulders and her carcass as she falls smoldering to the ground,
Jesus.
clutching the pile of ash that was once Dame's blood soaked into a bit of her own attire. And
I
Ola
will
goes
walk
down.
up to that and kind of heaving with breath and still looking like a little too angry for what he should be. He's going to take his heel and twist it into the pile of ash. And then he's going to start running on back into the chapel.
Oh my gosh.
All
That's
right.
angry.
Aren't you tired of being nice? Don't you ever just want to go ape shit?
So,
Use these feelings.
I blame the whiskey.
Runs back into the chapel and shoves his
That's what
tongue
I
down
do.
Dame's throat.
I don't do this. What happened?
it is now Scrub's turn.
My
Oh,
boy.
sorry. You have a bonus action.
Oh, frick! My spiritual weapon! Watch that not hit either, but at this
Clerics,
point,
guys,
I'm
their turns go on forever. They do so
not like
much
a monk do, though.
shit. Yeah.
Playing a monk is amazing. Absinthe, you're in jail for a little bit right now.
Now, are you
Sorry.
going for the gelatinous cube, or are you going for the puppet that was Nura?
I'm still going for puppet. I think he's mostly focused on hags, and is more like, that's thrown on the pile, but I don't have the mental capacity to think about it right now.
Go ahead, roll your attack.
Ooh, nat 19! Let's go
That
purple dice!
works.
Yeah, boy.
Woohoo! Okay. 2d8 plus 2. I'll use 2 purple, because that's my favorite color. Oh, okay. 12
It's
points
the
of
best
radiant
color.
damage. Or no,
Wow.
force damage. Force.
Right. 12 points of force damage. As a puppet, it does not react in any way to the pain other than just the force of the impact. There's no satisfying scream. There's no, like, wince or anything. It's just you punch a hole in the side of it with your spiritual weapon, and it just keeps moving.
Does it frown a little bit,
Ew.
like the Stay Puft Man?
That would be good, but sadly no. We're going to move to Scrub's turn. Scrub can move as part of its engulf action.
Sweet, beautiful boy.
So it's going to move 30 feet again and catch up to Druna and just politely move into your space and take you into its gooey body.
Oh no.
Oh my god!
Unless you can make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh
Dear God, please.
Boy.
If you don't use that inspiration.
all right. Dex +1 with inspiration. Let's go.
You are right, Eric. I did misspell
Natty
Noor's
20,
name.
baby. 21 to go.
That is the
Hey,
opposite of
KJ.
what you needed to beat. You only needed to beat a 12. But you did.
Huge!
I said, not today.
Yeah, you just kind of
You just kind of like, oh,
soldier
no, thank
boy
you.
to the side and are no longer in its way as
You
it charges.
laid it aside.
Slide
She's
to the
young. She
left.
probably knows.
Slide.
To the right.
Miss me with that shit.
Look at cha-cha slide. Reverse.
I
move.
wave the red cape, and the bull goes by.
Cha-cha. This move.
You neatly evade this thing's advance. So,
Don't always kill
I wish
bulls,
I had a
but when
bard
I
that like
do-
only did like weird wedding dance songs. Like Cupid shuffle and shit.
To the right. To the right.
damn. I won't even get into that. So, let's, we're not quite done with this combat, but we've been going for 3.5 hours. This has been a hell of a fun stream. I don't know if I can keep looking at all of you for the next.
You say
There's
that,
so
but we're
much
gonna
wrong.
do it again.
mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna do it
Please,
again.
I bet you stare into a mirror for at least 3 hours a day.
No, that would eat into my Elden Ring time. As Tyler pointed out.
Gotta separate time to get your cheeks clapped by Elden Ring.
My freshly
Hey.
shaven cheeks.
That's right.
Go hiking.
So,
Real gamers shave their
And that
cheeks for their
asshole
days.
is minty fresh now.
guys,
I wonder what that would feel like.
Insufficiently lubed.
if you have held on to this rodeo for the past 3.5 hours, or if you're just joining us, fucking yeehaw! Thank you for tagging along for all of that shit.
Yeehaw, brother.
We're still in the middle of the fight. There's still some loose ends to clean up. There's still a dungeon to beat. There's still a ritual that is in the midst of being cast. All we have to do is assemble the few missing pieces. And
Is it?
we may be a session or two from wrapping this up. We can't keep Eric forever, guys.
My goodness.
No, Eric, you're one of us.
I kind of forgot
One
this had
of
an
us.
ending, and now
One
I'm
of
now I'm thinking about it.
Have we been picked? We've been selected. The claw.
The clock. This is its master.
You have saved our lives. We
Real
are
quick.
eternally grateful.
Eric,
Luca's like laying over by this well and just like, I'm gonna put my arm in. Like that's where we end.
That's the
just,
water.
just the tip.
You know what? This might as well happen.
So we will be
Just
grabbing.
gonna splash it.
We will be grabbing a clip from this episode to shout out on social media. We are not streaming again until Wednesday. Excuse me. On Wednesday, we'll be continuing the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. Rob and I are in it. One of them. And it'll be great fun.
There is actually
One of the
another
Robs will be
our
on the
DM.
broadcast happy hour tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But which Rob?
I was
You
going
know
to
what?
say.
Maybe all of them.
Wouldn't you?
Going to
like
say
to
what
know?
what time are you going live tomorrow, Eric?
6 p.m. Pacific, so I guess it's 8 your time.
8. Maybe.
Are you
Pacific.
CST or?
Yeah, we're central.
I'm east, so
Oh, wow, you're 3 hours.
An
Mhm.
hour
good old Tennessee.
an hour later than we started tonight.
Well.
6 Pacific time. The the Twitch channel is in the chat right now. We just linked Erik's channel. Go give him a follow so you'll know when he goes live. I'll be with him. Death by Snoo Snoo in the chat. Bliss will be with him too, probably, I'm sure. I don't think she ever is not on there. And we just drink together and have fun and talk about what's going on, what's new, and things we care about, are passionate about, friends we have, and stories that have happened to us. And it's been a good time. I've been around since I've met Erik. I've been around in the chat for all of the streams. Now I'm actually going to try and be on screen and participate in the madness. That's all I have for you guys. I will say I noticed the Rainbow Tiefling hype in the chat, and I will try and I will codify a follower or subscriber goal for us to meet to make that happen. And I guess I'll be doing that with Ty instead of with Sophie when that happens. So
Yeah. So for anybody who
Happy
wants
birthday,
to join in-
John.
Happy birthday,
birthday,
John.
Happy birthday, John!
The way
Thank
I do Rainbow Tieflings is I have random lists that have different numbers of things that correspond with dice. So we'll roll you up and like a tiefling roll. Like we'll roll your
Oh,
class.
that
Roll you
sounds
up as
fun.
custom teeth.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I need some custom teeth.
until next time, until tomorrow night over on Erik's channel, until Wednesday night back here, until Friday night where we play Phasmophobia, and I am not at all ready for that.
I'm ready.
Follow all the links that are
Freaking
popping up in
go.
chat. Go see us on everything. We love you guys in case you don't hear it anywhere else this week. And until tomorrow night, farewell and Godspeed, friends and adventurers.
Godspeed.
Good night.
Adventurers.
Bye bye.